Greetings, fellow hipsters, and welcome, replay viewers. How's everyone tonight? We're gonna do it again.
Ba-dum,
We're gonna do it again. Actually, this
ba-dum,
time, we're gonna do it on the cat.
ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What?
Well, he's right here, right? He's like, what's
What?
going on, man? What's going on?
You want to make,
I
yeah,
just got myself comfy here.
like
You
he's
set
going
this
to,
all up for me, and
yeah, like he's going to, sit still
so
for something like that.
I pick him up, and he just goes straight back down.
What's his obsession with lying on the plastic? I mean, it's not what I would call comfortable.
Cats are weird that way.
Cats are weird. Cats are weird, period. What do you mean that way? Cats are weird, period.
Cats are weird.
And so Martin,
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, how are you? So, Christina,
what are we doing tonight?
we're gonna make another mold of your ears.
We're going to do it right this time, right?
This time. Instead of using the plaster, we're going to use the Smoothcast 320.
Technically, the plaster is right. So I think the first thing we need to do is bring this over. Well, oh, geez, where's the predecessor?
The falling apart
yeah.
step.
Don't throw it out.
Okay, hang on. There we go. There's a nice mess.
These.
And that's the alginate.
But where's the? Okay, there's the alginate.
You
What?
almost can't tell the difference between the alginate and the plaster.
That's the alginate.
That's the alginate.
I thought the alginate was another color.
Yeah, it kind of got pale and hardened.
Wow.
So here, I make
Here,
a little
here,
bit of space
move.
for you.
So
Pippin.
normally what happens with these things is that oh, yep, my ear's falling apart. Normally what happens with these things is the alginate basically falls apart practically right away. But this is a very different kind of alginate. This is a smooth-on product. Now it looks like it's getting crumbly. Yeah, it's much like the plaster. You're right. So yeah, usually the alginate crumbles apart because we usually use like a dental alginate, and this is the smooth-on product. And it doesn't. We had to cut it all. I guess all the pieces are in there. We had to cut it into bits to get it out, and that's when we realized that there was too much moisture in the plaster. We put too much water in order to get all the details. And because of that, well, you can see what happened. It fell apart as we were trying to take it out. So it's interesting how the alginate goes over a few days. So we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to use like a chemical reactive kind of two-part plastic to do it.
To make the ear positives out of.
Yes, to make the ear positive out of. We've got stuff left over, so that's a happy place. So Martin, I just realized too, our microphone. If I'm going to use this one as the, way to read everything, it's got to be playing.
Oh, it's got to be actually live.
So we can see.
Because otherwise we don't see the.
No. Well, we do, but the MS table dance. Nice, Harold. Oh my God. MS table dance. A British couch. Well, it's like a little throw terry cloth thing that we love so much. We love it so much. So, any of you who are not over here on HAPS, get your butt over here. Get your butt over here, haps.tv/invite, INVITE/the @ and then car, CARR.
Hunger, HUNGER.
It's easier to go that way.
Go.
Instead of looking around me this way. Yeah, see, there you go. Smile at the cameraman. So,
sit on the other cat.
we need to change this. And this mic has to be plugged into that one.
The Pro. Okay.
That's right.
So that'll be a little bit changing on the computer too, right?
I'll go take care of that.
The audio? Okay.
Could go on Clubhouse. Oh, no, not another app.
No.
What's Clubhouse?
No, Jazzy. Clubhouse. Everyone's talking about Clubhouse too as a broadcasting platform, but
We're here to promote HAPS, not Clubhouse.
that's right.
So you can see clearly now what car, CAR, 2 R's. Can I see clearly now? Your HAPS is frozen. Holly, well, you're on Twitter.
Holly, love bug.
You're on Twitter or Periscope.
That's right.
Oh, you're here on Periscope.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the HAPS is frozen. Notice HAPS earlier when we were setting up the notification for the broadcast, for the scheduled broadcast. It was really, really running slow.
Well, we have to remember HAPS is a beta, so they are still looking for input, etc. So, Martin, can you please move the mic over? I am going to.
So we're going to go silent for a bit?
Yep. Oh, the windshield.
Okay, mics are back on.
The volume on that has got to go down.
Oh no.
On whatever iPad is making noise. That would be, yes, that would be that one. Okay. So I'm assuming everyone can still hear us, and let's do a split screen two-part here. So one side is so that one's gonna
go live.
Got to be able to watch it. No.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Got to be able to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no longer a camera.
Right. Okay. So instead of being on the broadcast,
here, give it to me so you don't accidentally hang up the broadcast.
So instead of being on the broadcast, it's viewing the broadcast.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Now we got it.
Best way to do it, I think, is to just quit it. Quit it. Quit it. Quit it.
Quidditch?
Quit it, damn it.
Quack.
Just quit it. Quack, damn it. Quack, damn it.
We're split screen, right?
Split screen?
Split
screen.
Split
screening?
Look at this, guys. Like
split screen?
He has taken over. We're set this up.
We haven't done his claws.
Shower curtain is a drop sheet in case we spill any of the alginate. And he basically came in and took over.
Yes, the windshield. So yes, we can see now beautifully.
So we're going to make a molded cat now.
Very good people. Very, very good people. Yeah, we're split screen now. We weren't a moment ago, so. Cats!
Oh, wow.
Cats. My house is stuck on a completely white screen. Wow. All right, Holly, let's do this. Let's show you how this. Okay. Oh, that was me burping. Hey, at Pablo. At Pablo, there he is.
Oh,
Holly Snow.
Good insight.
She sees.
Wow.
Did he sneeze on you?
He sneezed. Well, luckily it didn't reach me, but it felt like it was a wet sneeze. He's persistent. Yes, he is, Shane.
Hi, Shane. Yeah, we set up that whole area, for us, and there he is.
And of course, he's got the impatient tail because I'm encroaching on him.
You're encroaching, are you?
Encroaching on his serenity.
Hold on, that's the name of a ship.
That's true.
Serenity. Okay, hang on a second. All right. I am going to do this because I can. So here we go. This is so Pablo will see it. And my window just minimized on me for some reason. There we go.
Different show.
That's right, because we're not that kind of broadcast. And Martin is just like, oh my
completely.
God, I'm right there looking at you.
I know. Well, tonight on Apps, we're going to show you how to hog tie a cat. Gotta watch it. Watch it for the prickly bits.
You're so excited to get jabbed on Sunday. Making self ears using spam. It's Kristen and Martin.
Ow.
Spam,
Really?
spam, spam,
Really?
spam, 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 spam.
Lovely spam, wonderful spam.
Spam, spam,
We're gonna make a mold of a cat. We're gonna need more Vaseline.
You gonna mold the cat?
This impatient tail going on here. You're gonna have to move, dude.
He is.
Your mom's gonna be in this spot.
Oh, listen to him purr.
Oh, I know. He's like.
Oh my God.
Can you hear a bird?
Okay, you're gonna see my butt for a moment, guys. Dude. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Talking to you. Talking to you. You. Dude. Dude. Hey, we need this space. Oh my God, cat. Twitch, 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 twitch. Freaking swap. What? Getting the COVID shot Sunday, and nearby is a teeny tiny Buc-ee's. Nice. Nice. All right, that's it.
Hey, dude. Time to go. Big cat.
Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Go on. Go on.
Alrighty.
All right.
Sort this out again.
Not for you.
He's like, oh, I gotta go back up there.
Not for you. Not for you, Cat. All right, hi guys. So we showed the plaster and everything. It's falling apart. Unfortunately, that also means because we only need one cushion in here, or my head's too high. Remember?
Right.
All right.
We want
So-
to be able to tilt this.
We want to actually be able to make it better this time, and make the ears so they don't crumble or fall apart. So this is a very different product. Instead of the product we used before was a dental alginate. This is not. Bye, Pippin. I play this game with Phoenix daily. Don't want to see my hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Cat
We're gonna
owners,
do this.
yeah.
we shouldn't have had
Covered
dinner
in
just
wrinkles.
before this, you know.
Oh, yeah, now you gotta lie down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Well, we kind of needed to go and get that windshield replaced, and by
That's
the time
true.
we got back from that. it
Which
was,
side first?
this one first.
Side first? Okay, my right side first.
Yep.
So of course, make sure as much of your hair is out of the way as possible.
Mhm.
May I have a brush and I've got
Napkins.
elastic on my wrist. So,
Brush.
how is everyone doing? I am going to shift my mic around so I can actually get at my hair. Sorry about the noise. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear okay. So make sure as much hair. It's actually easier for me to get hair out of the way now because it's gotten thin over the years. Everyone, please feel free to share cosplayers and costumer types and the Car Hunger COVID costume contest will be going on as planned on the 20th, and then the 25th will be the Irish folklore. So I will post all that soon,
Mhm.
if not tonight. Holly, what happened to the windshield is Martin. You go ahead.
I was a twit. I got in the car. This is like a week
Nothing
and a half
new.
ago. Nothing new, yeah, really. I got in the car and I had my phone in my hand and didn't really have a place to put it down because normally where the phone gets put had a bunch of stuff in it. So I tossed the phone on the dashboard to get it out of the way, and it skated off the dashboard, hit one of the little vent
You're off
vent
camera
panels.
there, you're on
Yeah, I'm
camera.
on camera over here. And hit one of the little vent panels, flipped, and tagged the windshield, causing a nice spider crack in it, and actually cracking
once
the
it went,
glass
it
on
went.
the phone screen. So now I've got a nice double crack across my phone screen. Still works, so
Okay.
I'm gonna be fine with it. But yeah, we kind of got it
Can I
replaced.
move forward again?
Yes, you can.
Hairnet. Yes and no. The problem with a lot of this stuff in hairnets. Oh my God, your hands are warm. The problem with a lot of this stuff in hairnets is the product can get all mashed up in it. So it basically becomes like like those whole netting supports that you put underneath things like fiberglass and all that kind
Mhm.
of stuff.
Yeah, makes actually it worse. What we end up doing once we put a little Vaseline around on her hair around the ear, and then it'll be a little bit of Saran wrap over top with just a slit around where the ear is.
Everything with apps. App Android. I am just getting out of the keyboard after making a comment like this during a broadcast. Can cause you to fully back out of the app. Oh, can it?
Oh,
Really?
hmm.
Interesting. Is that just an Android thing? Because I haven't seen that issue on the Apple products. Sending a hairnet next time. No.
No, we don't need a hairnet.
Shay, no. No, because, basically all the stuff will get caught in the netting. I mean, it is called netting for a reason.
Mhm.
So it actually makes it more difficult. And you wind up destroying the hairnet. Basically, I should have like a shower cap or something. That would also work. Never seen an app do that before. Well, has everyone...
Yeah, I can't think of that. Yeah.
It was just the new update was released. So I don't know if you guys have not updated yet, do so. There's the pins I don't need.
Pins you don't need.
My rear window completely shattered due to a batleth on display. They put too much pressure on the window. Oh my God,
Oh,
chill.
wow. That would do it. Yeah.
That would do it. That would definitely do it. So I'm just gonna put that there. All right. So I'm gonna lie down. If Martin can get out of my way.
I can get out of the way.
More.
I'm contemplating shifting this just a little bit this way. So once you're on the pillow, then we've got a little bit more room for where I'm going to be.
What's in my back pocket? Oh, it's my mic.
Your mic
My
transmitter.
mic. Okay, I'm lying on my mic.
Well, that's not going to work, is it?
No. Blew out like someone shot it. Oh, holy crap. Yeah, I heard something about certain SUVs. Oh, it also shot up my gain.
Oops.
I have no idea what it was on. What's yours on?
Mine is set to 13.
To what?
13.
Oh, okay. How's our volume, guys?
Can everyone hear us okay?
Wow, I'm trying to.
I think actually.
Yeah, I'd heard something about.
I had a stool here, didn't I?
Some SUVs were backing into things, and yeah, that was.
Yeah, sometimes, like in a parking garage, if you've got a rear tire mounted on the exterior of your, on the back of your car,
anymore, do they?
and you put pressure against it by, accidentally bumping into the back wall of the parking garage, it can blow out your window. Opening the can of spam
sedans.
now. Actually, what I am going
New
to need
Year's,
to do,
yes, Jazzy.
what I'm going to need to do is utilize the Ring Dragon. The Ring Dragon, made famous on the
Volume's
first
fine. Oh, good. Okay.
like so.
Thank you.
Christina won't actually need the Ring Dragon. Oh, and we need something for
Yeah,
your,
you know what? It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Especially since I keep putting my arm underneath my head.
And I'm realizing we don't have those earplugs now because that was the last one that
Hold
got
on, no,
used.
we need earplugs.
Now a lot of the how-tos recommend a cotton
I
pad.
know. Ah, fine. Where are the earplugs from the Canon and the
They must all be in storage.
guns?
Yeah.
God, I can't wait to have a space where we don't have to worry about the
Oh
whole
yeah, I
storage.
know.
Yeah, I can see that this iPad is in the shot. There we go. That's much better. I'm about to take off my pants. I'll let you know if your volume is okay in the shower. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people, listen to music when they take a shower. I mean, we're not offended or anything, but oh, Martin, I don't even think we have cotton balls.
I mean, there's the cotton pad, and then there's the little ball of toilet paper or Kleenex or something. But we can use that. You want to divide that in half? That should be big enough.
How big do you think my ears are?
Hmm?
How big do you think my ears
That's
are?
what I mean. One half of that in each side, or less than half.
I don't know. I guess try cutting it in half first.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have any earplugs here.
Yeah.
Darn it, I would be so
Stuff a
happy.
piece of tissue in here.
I would be so happy when everything's in one spot. Well, the problem, the reason I prefer using earplugs is it's less likely to absorb all the moisture. It's less likely to actually, So this is making me a little nervous because I'm hoping that, I don't want any of that stuff inside my ear.
As we discovered the last time, it's actually not as thin as we thought it was going to be.
That's true too.
So what I'm going to do right now, while she's doing that, is I'm going to prep the. We had that ear cup.
Shane reporting in from Houston. I like how Chris and Martin are matchy today. Are we?
Well, black t-shirts.
yeah.
I mean,
Still
normally
wearing blue jeans.
we match with geek shirts and
Ears out of
Car
the
Hunger shirts and stuff like that. But yeah.
felt cement envelopes for tea bags. What?
I'm not sure I understood.
Ears from envelopes of tea. No.
Oh,
We're a little
felt,
fancier than
cement,
that.
envelopes for tea bags. Oh, because we just mentioned different materials on the title.
Well, we didn't. Yeah, well, we said different materials. We can we do it out of I've seen them out of felt. I've seen them out of leather. I've seen people do their ear tips out of leather.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fun. Cement. Oh my god.
Well, that's actually a lot of times when head castings and body castings are done, they're done out of something called Hydrostone, which is basically a cement type product.
Well, that was my facial casting. It's too bad we left
Yeah.
it behind. What Martin's doing is
didn't fit in the
I
trash.
don't know if you can see it. Let me look
There
up.
you go.
You can kind of see it. There, that's better, Martin. Thank you. But he is taking paper towel I'm putting it around the edge at the bottom of a Philadelphia cup from cream cheese.
No, we're not making her ears out of cream cheese, Dawn. Don't even consider that thought.
Ah.
We use this basically as a bit of a wall to
yes, well,
when we pour
the
the
spam
alginate.
and the spam and the cement, I'm not sure. Well, the spam and the tea bag envelopes might work. I had a question. I had this idea of a parasol sword for a friend. We're doing a cyberpunk photo shoot in June. Is that something you guys could make? Yes, we could. Yes, we could, but June is a deadline, so quoting it is the fun part.
Let's take a look here while we're at. You need to get your sleeve and stuff out of the way here. There we go.
Are you done?
And your arm out from under your
Yes,
head.
we gotta do a proper quote on the other stuff. Because what I did was last time I used my arm to
Mhm.
pivot like this.
Right. Okay, that should work.
Always makes
Just
it
put
fun
a
to
bit more
read.
tape around the.
But I can do it. I can do what I tell you. I can do it. God, looking at the video of the cup on the side of my head, it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Star Wars hairdo.
That's right.
First you put a cup to the side of your head. Then you stick hair to it.
That will work just fine.
And how
Basically,
is
that
everyone
creates. Basically that creates a dam. A wall.
Dam?
A dam creates a dam to be able to pour the alginate in and not have it like flow all over the place.
Hot
We
damn.
don't want it to flow all over the place.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Just damn it, Merton.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn it.
Is my head flat enough?
Yes, it's fine.
Is your head flat enough?
Oh, I got a flat head. So, the other thing that we do is we put some saran wrap down.
Damn.
I'm going to pre-cut the saran wrap as soon as I can get it unwrapped here. Like so.
Cheap dollar store, sir.
Yeah, no, the box fell apart. So now we got this roll of saran wrap with no box. We got no blade to cut it on. I'm going to do it with scissors. Like that. So basically it's just a straightforward piece of saran wrap. With a
Saran wrap.
bit of a slit cut so it can be fitted around the ear. Now we will take some Vaseline.
Everyone, please feel free to share.
Mhm.
And yes, saran wrap and Vaseline still does not make us that kind of broadcast. Because we're not that kind of broadcast. Mm-mm. You know, it's if you listen to this broadcast, you know, instead of seeing it, come up with a lot of
Come on
things in
now,
your
yeah.
imagination.
Okay, you hold still while I get the Vaseline. And then we'll pull out the saran wrap.
And put all the Vaseline on your hair. Yeah.
Because we don't want this stuff getting in your hair.
Ah, yes. I'm not going to tell everyone if the curtains match the carpet. Whee! Slippery,
Okay.
slippery.
So there you go, that.
So we will be going back to working on that lightsaber soon. And we're going to do the Irish folklore thing, and that will be the $5. So if you want to take part in the Irish folklore, please do an award of $5 or more, or become a sponsor for $5. If you are already, God, it's hard to say, especially when you're lying down with your head and ears being covered.
There you go.
If you are already a $5 or more sponsor, you will automatically be added. So what I'm going to do is put together a list of sort of Irish archetypes and their names, and I'm going to get you guys to pick which one you want to be.
Okay.
So we'll do
So
it a
we've
little
got
differently
here
this time.
is our AlgiSafe, the smooth-on alginate product, which is actually pretty awesome stuff. I'm
What do you
still
put
kind of
on
getting
the
used to using it.
ears? to keep the molding stuff from getting into her ear. We did a corner of a little makeup pad.
Just a little cotton pad. Get a little bit of Vaseline here to stick that plastic down.
Usually we do it with earplugs, but we think all the earplugs are in the storage locker. But yeah, it's just a little cotton pad. Thankfully, alginate is not super thin, and this version, the smooth-on version, is definitely not thin in comparison. And it's don't breathe this stuff in, guys.
It's very thin powder when it's unmixed form. So I believe what we did last time was we had three of these little cups of the alginate.
You can do a similar thing with plaster, but you put too much water in the plaster, it'll crumble. You put too little, you're not going to get your ear out. So something like alginate's better. If you can afford the alginate, the dental alginate, it's really minty fresh, and your skin always feels good afterwards.
So there's 3 little cups of the alginate.
You guys got the reference to
The USA Kilts YouTube Irish info.
yes, I did.
Okay. Now I've got straightforward tap water, just slightly warm, so it's not
Please, thank you.
so it's not a shock when it gets poured on her ear.
Ah!
And the overall process of doing one ear takes about 20 minutes. About 10 minutes to get all this sort of stuff prepped, and about a couple minutes for this to set, or to this to get mixed, and then about 8 to 10 minutes to set. So I've got mixing sticks. Make sure we have one available to us. We're not wasting any time. Once the stuff is mixed, we got a couple minutes to work with.
We may have to fix my Irish Fairy costume a little bit. I noticed the wings have been moved around the storage locker a lot, so they've kind of split. Now, see, you can see the fine powder kind of kicking up.
So it's 3 and 3. It's basically mixing it 1 to 1 by volume.
Yeah, you can see the powder kind of floating into the air.
So it's all sort of absorbing into the water.
Just be careful not to breathe too much in. Like, I mean, it's not super toxic, but it's just not.
You don't want to have
Healthy.
fine powder in your lungs anyway.
Boom, 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 boom. So the best thing about being the one that's being molded, you just get to relax.
It's like a spa day, but with
Spa.
weird mixed chemicals. But yeah, this alginate's actually widely used for making body castings, faces, hands, ears, feet, various other things.
Suddenly,
As
we're
it
that
actually
kind
has
of
instructions for that. Or
Suddenly, we are that kind of broadcast.
just want to make sure it's not lumpy. It's like anyone like Dawn out there or anyone else who does baking.
Make sure it's not lumpy.
Make sure it's not lumpy. You don't want little pockets of the alginate powder still in. I'm seeing some powder still in there.
Now, I believe the working time on this stuff is about
3 minutes.
Yeah, which isn't bad.
So there we go.
The dental alginate, we got to get done right away, because it'll start just crumbling and deteriorating. Usually we used to use the dental alginate because there was no alternative before, and the stuff is more money, but it crumbles really fast, which is great because then you don't have to try to cut it away, but it's not great because you have very little time to work with it.
Okay. So first things first, we want to get the alginate into the details of her ear. Can you tilt your head just a little bit more so that your neck is up a bit higher?
What?
Just
Oh,
in here, yeah. Yeah,
okay, so
that's much better. So we're gonna get this in. Make sure we get it into all the little grooves and everything. Screw it. It's good for. It's okay on skin, obviously. So it's
oh,
just
it's
my
colder
finger.
this time.
Colder this time.
What do you put on the ears to keep the molding stuff from getting into the ear?
Was that a repeat question, or
It
is it the
looks
same?
that way, but that's okay. Basically, the corner of like 1/4 um, of a makeup pad. So we're using. Some people use cotton batting. We normally use an earplug, but they all seem to be in the locker. So they are not here at the moment.
Okay. Now we take the cup that we created earlier.
Hey, Martin, do we have a safe word?
Banana. Always
Banana?
banana.
Always banana, okay.
Okay, so sit a little more over here. I need you to tilt your head neck up just a little higher. There we go. That's much closer to being level.
Oh, that's what you do to your ears. Interesting. Yeah, there are much more products now in the market that are easier to find. I think I can feel a little bit leaking out in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In a pinch, Dollar has foam earplugs. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I mean we've got a couple of dozen of them in the locker. Yeah, I need you to tilt your neck up just a little higher and get the cup a bit more level.
Dollar.
That's a bit better. And now I just hold on to that for a couple of minutes while the alginate sets. Once it gets to a certain point, it won't flow anymore. We can actually let go of the cup and then give it the next few minutes to set up. And Christine is probably hearing very strangely now because one ear is completely covered and the other ear is underneath her. What we'll do when this one is done and ready is we'll mix up some of the urethane resin to pour into it.
At least it'll set faster.
Mm-hmm.
The plaster is cheaper, but you have to be really, really patient.
Mm-hmm. And we should let these sit a little bit more and just air out to get some of the moisture out of them, because the moisture can affect the urethane resin.
That's true.
So since we have easily got a 4-hour working life with these, so we could even probably cast both sides with the alginate and then pour the resin.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, you want a bit of a break between.
Nah.
Hap's crapped out for a few seconds. Uh-oh.
What?
Anyone else experience that?
You will notice there is now a little report icon thing in the bottom right-hand corner.
It's getting there. It's feeling a little rubbery. I think I can actually let go of the cup because it's not flowing anymore. And then what I can do from here is check on the alginate. You see it's already starting to get kind of rubbery. But at the same time, it still tears fairly easily. So we want it to be able to be rubbery and stretch a little without tearing before you actually take it off of her ear, because we don't want the mold tearing.
We don't want the mold and we don't want the ear
tearing. We
tearing.
don't want her ear tearing either. You know.
That would be bad.
The other reason not to do the ear molds out of straight plaster is because you may find that you can't get your ear out of it. You have to break the mold anyway. So.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm. So while that's sitting, I'm going to go and wash my hands. And you can just
You'll leave me
chill
here?
here with the audience.
Oh.
And I'm going to pour us some water. Because once you're out of there, you should probably have some bit of water. I'm feeling my throat's a little bit dried out.
He's going to abandon me with you guys. Oh, no.
That's right.
Yeah, it starts getting a bit of a feeling of a little bit of a muscle bruise feeling a bit because I'm talking So things are moving and vibrating, but it's barely moving the more stuff sets. Excuse me. Oh, we should not have had dinner so close to this.
Now, folks, don't be alarmed. This sound is actually me pouring water from our water dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't accidentally go to the
Is
the
there a
old
cat
lavatory.
down? There is a cat down there.
Yep, Hathor's been curled up at your feet this whole
It's the
time.
fluffy orange one. It's Hathor.
Can't tell if is she in frame on the long shot? Yeah, she is. You just see her down there.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel something fluffy. Oh, did I just bother her?
She sat up. She's kind of giving you this dirty look. It's like, stop poking me.
God, that sounds weird.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop.
So I'm finding the cotton bit not as comfortable as the earplug. The
No.
earplug was definitely more comfortable.
Okay. So come back in here, we check this. It's definitely doing better. I mean, it does still tear a little.
Now here's where I tell them I have to go to the washroom.
You should have gone before the broadcast, you know?
That's where patience kicks in.
This is where patience kicks in.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, be patient.
Be patient. Be very zen. This is, like I say, it's like a spa day. Sit and chill. Let stuff do its work.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. You do have to be careful how much you do move, though.
Mm-hmm. Because as you talk, your jaw moves, your ear flexes, and everything at the same time. So. Did we see any new places? We
Too many.
yeah. We didn't see any new places today. Today was mostly focused on getting out and getting the windshield replaced.
But yeah, yesterday and today we did see some new places. We saw one really cool place that was just like really, really, really neat. But it's an apartment, and that's, we're hoping not to have to do an apartment, but if we have to, that's the place we're going to go for. So we'll see what happens. We've got another person we're waiting to hear from as to whether or not he approved us, and then there's another person. So it's been exhausting.
3 possibilities right now of the stuff that we have taken a look at.
Absolutely exhausting. Done with my shower, he
I
says.
could hear you two pretty well, FYI.
Cool.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, we're noisy like that. That's where you do go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
When you're molding your face, like when you're taking a casting of your face, one of the things I want everyone to realize is be careful, be gentle, be patient, and breathe nice and shallow, because it can get claustrophobic feeling.
Mm-hmm. That's why, anyone, if you're doing a full head casting, do the back of the head first. You do the bald cap and everything, and you do the back of the head and complete with plaster, because you don't need to worry about detail, and there's no like weird little details or anything to have to worry about. And then you do the face last with the alginate and then plaster bandage over top of that. That way your subject is not encased in their mold for an usually long amount of time.
To about. Here's what's on my laptop. Okay.
Oh, mm-hmm. Okay, I think we're in good state here. I'm going to demold.
This is where you have to be nice and gentle.
Yeah. So very carefully start lifting. Give it a bit of a rock back and forth. Voila.
All right.
Cotton pad. Pull it up before it gets too attached to the alginate.
I can hear again.
So there we go, folks. That's the cross section of an ear where it attaches to your head. So that looks like that worked out quite well. I see one little glob of alginate here that came loose, but aside from that, it looks like it might have been just a little bit of an air bubble or something. Not a big deal. It's actually right in the very back of the ear where it attaches to the back of the temporal bone.
Now, I did find with the shape of the little cotton pad, the corner of the cotton pad, once the weight of the molding compound was pushing down on it, there was a couple times where it was uncomfortable because it's not a perfect fit into your ear.
Right.
It's kind of resisting the weight of the mold, so I had to be very patient and just. Excuse me, I burped again.
Alginate there. You need a little wash anyway. Got a little alginate powder on your shirt.
Fuss, 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 fuss,
Fuss, fuss, fuss. I'm such a fuss budget.
Are you done fussing?
I'm a low budget fuss budget. All right. So that's the first one.
So, you want to take this cushion away so I can put iPad over here?
Mm-hmm.
Big cushions on this couch.
We're immediately going to go to molding number 2.
Part 2. Second verse, same as the first. I think I just kicked the cat out. Ah, hey Martin.
Uh-huh.
Stuck.
Oh my.
Alright.
I'm going to move this over to the other work table. Give it a chance to set.
Now I'm going to bring you guys with me. Whoa. So I can see and talk. Yeah, this is supposed to look graceful. It's not working. Okay. Okay. Do. All right, pins. Take these pins out. A little bit louder, a little bit worse. Thanks, Joe.
All right, so that's sitting there quite nicely.
Take pins.
While she's setting that up, I am going to clean out our container.
My container.
So
Oh. Just for
we
me.
can reuse it.
Too many campfires over 40 years. Yeah, really. God. I haven't been around a campfire in a while. Kind of miss all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully by before this summer is out, the lockdowns will have eased up and lifted, and we can actually go and do some real camping again for a change.
That'd be nice.
So,
Or hopefully someone
she's
will get a
going
fire
to
pit in the backyard.
get her hair out of the way with some pins. I'm going to prep the next bit of saran wrap for this side.
Oh, this one's missing its little pad at the bottom. That's garbage now.
Garbage.
Okay.
My question, says Don.
Okay, my question. I can see you.
Okay.
I can see you.
Cotton pad.
Hang on. Also make sure that this is out of the way. Okay, folding the little tip in. And rolling it up. Still waiting for your question. Actually, can I have the scissors for a moment, please?
Sure.
Keep in mind, sometimes, folks, your left and right ear isn't exactly the same either. Oh, here.
There is no symmetry in nature. It's
I
very
previously
close.
knew a guy in Seattle who made costume fangs using dental acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
We're busy all October at cons. Okay. Sounds like a lead up. Here's a bit of cutoff.
Got
Good
it.
thinking. Yes. Dental acrylic is pretty cool stuff too. Lead up, yes. Dot dot dot. He's gonna make us wait, Martin. Haven't even registered this year, let alone police record check.
Required working with youth.
Mm,
Oh, for camp.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, I guess with everything still kind of iffy and up in the air and too many unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this out of the way enough, Martin?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that should be fine. So we do the Vaseline thing again.
Scouting in general, not just camps. Oh, okay. Are you going to do so? Or are you going to take a year off? Or? And Don, where's the question? Still
Well,
waiting.
It really wasn't written in the form of a question.
Given the time it takes to make these ears, booth space, customer, body space, liability, all things considered regardless of cost or price, would this be viable to do the same way as the Seattle Fang guy? I don't see why not.
At a con?
Yeah, taking the shirt off. Okay. So we'll have to come over and have bonfires not bonfires, little campfires in your backyard.
Campfire of the Vanities? What?
It takes time to type questions plus lag time equals patient. You biggers. Hey,
This is very true.
I'm the one lying here having stuff put on my ears. You want patience right here.
Patient, you wee buggers. All right, so.
But yeah, I don't
Batch
see why it
number
wouldn't be
2.
viable. Like Emerald City Comic Con for years had tattoo artists.
Yeah.
And Weta does their prefabbed ones. But yeah, you would get to go home basically with your ear as well.
Okay. We'll refill the water because we used.
But yeah, you'd have to
portion
charge
of it.
quite a bit though. Let's see, materials. Um, you could probably get about 10 or 20 for one box of the alginate, 10 or 20 pairs. So we'll assume 10 just because, there's some that are going to get ruined or not work out or have to be redone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at 10 pairs of box, you can have campfires in backyard. Rural Residential allows it. Grand Place. Nice. Yeah, we should come over, Harold, and just have some campfires and, relax. Try to figure out the two parts. So you're looking at 20, 30. Because, yeah, you're looking at about $30 with materials if you really want to account for the possibility that percentage are going to be redone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the plasticine and the carving time.
Well, that's the thing. It'd almost have to be a weekend project for a few.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to slow you down, although they can probably do their own.
The sculpting time? Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook user. Who? Did you put my previous 2 comments together about elf ears and other materials to make them out of Jello concrete?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I did. But I'm trying to think. 30. Oh, and then there's the casting materials. Yeah, you're looking at like $50 with materials. It's Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
How are you, darling? Hopefully things are getting better.
Things can only get better.
But yeah, you're looking at $100 ears if they do their own molding and casting, if not more. And then
Mhm.
your booth space.
Yeah, it really can add up.
So yeah, we are remolding my ears so that we can do custom outfits for later. Basically, that would be the thing is, yeah, it would add up quite a bit. Hey, Rob, too late for love. What's up,
Rob, how are
honey?
ya?
We are doing okay, although I think we overate and we're exhausted from running around looking for places, but we're alive.
Okay.
Are you 100% sure Martin isn't making your ears behind your back out of yogurt?
What?
Well,
No.
if he's trying to do it
Here.
behind my back, he's doing a really bad job of it because I've got the
She's
monitor right in
watching,
front of
yeah.
me.
All right, here we go. It's going into the ears. A little less cold this time.
Little.
Yeah. It's wet, right? So wet equals cold usually.
Ooh.
The ultimate wet willy.
Thank God the ear is clogged up. Or
Mm-hmm.
oh, there goes the hearing. Ear yogurt. Okay, that's gross. That's wrong.
Okay. Get our cup.
You know, when you think about it, a massage table would be perfect for this,
Mm-hmm.
with the hole in the headpiece, because get your head right in there. The ultimate wet willy. What kind of broadcast is this? Well, we're not
Not
that
that
kind
kind
of
of
broadcast.
broadcast.
Come on, Martin, stay up with me. I can't hear you as well as you can hear me. Just I have little bats of like cotton makeup remover pad, 1/4 of a pad, kind of rolled together and put in, knock knock. God, that always sounds weird.
Okay.
I prefer using earplugs, but we think they're all at the storage locker.
Mm-hmm. So can I get you to tilt your neck up a little? Onwards. A little more. There we go.
So yeah, this is the uncomfortable part, trying to make your head straight, flat. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. You do not want this stuff inside your ear. You do not want this stuff inside your ear.
Okay. So there we go. Hold that one in place for a little bit. Make sure the cup's nice and straight.
I've been watching Stargate SG-1. Notice that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for a crew cap, it's actually really sturdy. I mean, that one's been through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is this process a lengthy situation? Well, your biggest time consumer, of course, is setting time. But it doesn't take that long. It's about 20 minutes per ear. But then you've got to mold and cast and create and sculpt the prosthetic, basically.
Mm-hmm. Still need to talk privately about the haha I thought up as a result of your LOTR story. Uh-oh.
Oh no, that makes me scared. Dawn.
What critter he wants to be for the St. Pat's party? St. Pat's story?
I did. What we're going to do with this one is we're going to basically do a whole bunch of archetypes and existing and put them up and those involved will basically have the one day to pick which one they want. And then we'll write from that. So this one's going to be done a little differently. That's
Just a
why
little.
the cutoff date is the same day as the Car Hunger COVID costume contest. This is a safe alginate. Basically, Smooth On Products has taken the whole concept of dental alginate, which is something we normally use, but it's pricier
That's
and it crumbles really fast. So you have very
that's
little
stuff right
work
there.
time with it, and they've basically done their own version of it. So it's alginate, but they've modified it a little.
All right. While that's setting, I'm gonna wash my hands again.
After Martin has washed his hands, he can, yeah, see, there you go. I'll just save. Smooth On is a wonderful company. Awesome people, too. Helping your 250. Woo! Thank you, Don. Everyone, if you wouldn't mind sharing, that would be greatly appreciated. I see a kitty. Yes, that is Hathor at my feet. Pippin was where my head is right now. But we booted him. We don't need to boot her. She's not in the way. So she shifted her weight. Typical kitty cat doesn't stay still.
No, Christmas.
Wait, two of them? There are three in this household, actually.
Was that?
Cats.
Yes. There are 3.
2 ears on me, but 3 cats.
Yeah. So we got the 2 here at the foot of the couch, and little Baxter is sitting over at the bottom of the cat tree or the cat tower, basking in the heat of the rad. I don't know. Rads haven't been on again this time.
Nope. My toes are actually pretty cold. Does this harden quickly? Is it delicate after the fact? Well, when we used to use dental alginate all the time, stuff is pretty pricey, but it was really effective. Like, it gets every single minute detail, every little crow's foot, every little. I mean, the stuff is incredible.
You mean laugh line?
But every laugh line, yes, that's right. But it would crumble, like the moment you got it off. You'd have very
High
yay
award, thank you.
the high award.
Make human ears for your cat.
But but yeah, this stuff. I'm not sure what they did to the alginate to make it what it is, but it takes a little longer to set, but it doesn't crumble. It goes hard over time.
So it's flexible, but you have about maybe 4 or 5 hours to work with it before it starts to become not quite so flexible, and eventually it turns into a very kind of a brittle, almost stone-like material, similar to plaster, basically. Once it's no longer usable.
But much safer.
Mm-hmm.
Make human ears for your cats. Not sure what to think about that. They may be very different cats, but all 3 of them definitely have something in common.
Yep.
They don't sit still for things like that.
No, they definitely don't. Next broadcast. Prosthetic eyebrows.
Prosthetic eyebrows. From Martin.
See, they're there. They're there. They're just not very noticeable.
So, folks, the COVID costume contest. We are going to use gift cards for our brand new online store as prizes. So that's going to be fun. We'll keep you up to date on that. But that'll go up tonight. All the information and rules and stuff. And the Irish folklore stuff will go tomorrow. Ah, the torture just lying here.
The torture. Oh, the pain, the pain. It's the commenter probably hearing to put the ears in the cats. Well, Don, what do you think?
Yeah, Don. I
One
want to
of,
see you
one of
do
these
it.
days, the lockdown will lift, and we'll have tons and tons of disposable income that we'll be able to bring all of our friends from across North America all together into one place, and you'll all finally get to meet each other face to face. With heavy eyebrow, note singular. Now that sounds a little bit more like casting and molding and casting and a new Klingon forehead for me.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
All right, so here we go. This one should be ready to demold.
With heavy eyebrow. Note singular.
Boink.
Ah, to hear again.
Yes. There you go. Number 2.
It's the crinkly sound of the saran is always fun.
Yeah, it's saran wrap there, or did I already grab it?
What? No.
Oh.
Kleenex, please. I think we
Okay.
put
Oh, I
more,
already grabbed the saran wrap off.
more Vaseline on the side than the other. Party in Toronto, woohoo! Oh God, yeah. Can't wait till we can do parties again. God. I put bunny ears on Kaylee 36 years ago. No. Yeah, when I was part of the Mr. Toronto show when I was Kid Metro, we did a lot to that poor dog.
Oh, the poor dog.
Yay for hearing. This looks like a party. Does it, Jazzy? You know, if we get a whole bunch of people together, we could do it.
Mm-hmm.
A party. There's now a cat behind my knees, isn't there? There's Martin.
Yeah, there is actually a cat behind your knees.
Which one I can't see on the video?
It's the Pippin.
It's a bit. Okay.
The Pippin.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to do this because I don't want to kick the cat in the head. Here,
Mm-hmm.
take that. Okay.
She's going to very carefully try and rotate herself.
Where's the edge of the couch?
You're getting close to it. It's right here. There we go.
Oh, yes, hello, Pippin. Try not to kill the cat.
Ta-da.
We're back. While I'm doing that.
Good, isn't it?
Yep. It's the powder
Mm-hmm.
dust still a bit in the air.
Ta-da.
Put this back here. Back where it belongs.
Mm-hmm. If you put it next to your ears now. So we should let those sit for a little bit and air out. Try to get some of the moisture
Okay.
to evaporate from them.
So we move aside anything that's part of that process
Mm-hmm.
and bring into the space
Anything that
is part of the next
is part
process.
of the next process. Yep.
Yes.
Have some water too.
And if I could have a brush, that would be awesome. Cooled the kitty. I could probably do it until he broke these days.
Mhm.
Well,
It's
you don't want a catastrophe.
That's right.
No.
cat.
No, a
catastrophe.
catastrophe. I was thinking of a mass birthday party for all the missed ones. Take over Storm Girl.
That would be amazing.
Harold,
Just take the whole place.
you are awesome. Even that passing thought is just like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I miss Storm Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how I miss Storm Girl. Okay, so hat goes back on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if the Vaseline gets on the hat. Like I said, this thing's
Bounce.
ultra
Have your
long.
people talk. My people about this Toronto thing.
Oh yeah, please. Everyone's got to come.
I just saw a cat batter a pink eye. It's Blinky, the one-eyed cat. No, that's just Pippin walking at it. Yeah.
Oh, did he walk out?
No, he's like
Okay.
on the couch behind us.
Okay, do we
Being
want to put the
very
cushion
stubborn.
back?
Yes.
Get this out of the way because we don't need this anymore.
No, you're completely still lying on top of it.
Well, just yank it.
It's gonna tear. Yeah. There we go. All right, now we got it. Now we got it. Welcome into the alginate.
Such an optimist, Martin.
Yes, yes, I am.
All right. So this is the patience part. This is the question and answer session. Once Martin puts the cushion back there.
Where did I put the cushion? Oh, put it over there.
Don't know where'd you put the cushion.
Oh,
You
that's
put
right.
it-
You're backwards to me.
I see.
Yep.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. There we go. That's better. Oh.
Hmm?
My drinking water looks oily.
It's oily.
Look. Looks oily. Everyone
That's
pays
weird.
for their own food. We can all see each other. Try to check the next
Yeah.
generation. Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, this is
Fresh
it. We
glass
can-
straight out of the cupboard.
You know, we can get cupcakes down with. You know, assigned cupcakes. Pick your favorite genre. So what were you saying, Martin? Fresh one out of the cupboard? Cool. All right, so this is the kind of question and answer portion.
Here.
As cats compete for the couch with us. It's too. I wish Martin and I were here for the last Toronto trek,
Mm-hmm.
because that would have been
Or
awesome.
Polaris or whatever it was.
Or whatever it is, yes. So the nice thing about having residual in here is you can see how well the actual is doing, but it's very, very moist at the moment. So if we were to put the two-part plastics or anything else in it, well, it's still moist like this, it will react and it will not set properly.
Quick, how many times can we make Christina say moist?
Oh, please. Here, where's the other one that's a few days old? So over time, it goes from being like this, right?
Oh, where did it go?
Kind of rubbery and kind of with the look of, I guess it kind of reminds me of like the gelatos you can get. Did you find it? It's at the bottom of the trash. To looking and feeling like something like equivalent to plaster, which it's probably gone to the bottom of the garbage can.
I think it
What is
has.
the final material used in the casting? Well, where is... Again, it's a smooth-on product that we'll be using to cast the ear itself.
Yep, that's
if-
buried.
Okay, don't worry about that.
Mhm.
If Martin can go grab it. Then once we get the positive of the ear, we basically cut away the alginate to reveal the ear. Now this is smooth cast. Now smooth cast, like most of Smooth-On's products, yeah, let's actually do that. Most of Smooth-On products has different numbers, like you see the number, and the number is basically the consistency. So this winds up being like a two-part plastic. It does heat up because it is a chemical reaction. It's a much more chemical reaction than something like plaster, and that's the mistake we made the first time. Is we wound up with too much water in the plaster, and it literally crumbled as we tried to cut away the mold. So hopefully this will be strong enough, and if we do this fast enough, the alginate will still be flexible, that we won't have to cut it away. We'll just be able to pull the ear out. We won't know until we get to that point, because we won't have to wait to overnight type thing to let it set like we did with the plaster, it will happen practically right away. It'll take a lot less time. So doing it this way is going to be much quicker. It's not the same price tag. It is more money to do it this way, but the results are much better. And then I will use artist plasticines to create the ear tips, and then we will create a casing around it and take another mold, and then you have a two-part mold. Once you pull that apart, you clean up the plasticine, and yeah, one part goes inside the other part, like the ear goes inside the other mold each time you go and pour your chosen prosthetic. We are going to be using dragon skin because we have yet to use dragon skin as a prosthetic. We don't. This isn't the prosthetic grade. This is just below it, right?
I
Because we didn't pick up the prosthetic grade.
Yeah, I don't think we do have the prosthetic grade.
That's even more money.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's the next just below, but there is a prosthetic grade. So if you're doing a lot of really fine detail stuff, that's more recommended. Or you can use latex. We don't really use latex much anymore because a lot of people have latex allergies. So if you go to hug someone, you wind up basically, yeah. An awesome place used for cakes near me is called Nothing Bunt Cakes. Ah, nice.
Blunt cake.
They even have a gluten-free one. Nice. Reverse polarity. Doctor Who 50th. Unfortunately, my parents' memorial on Saturday. I was at con with friends on Friday and Sunday.
Oh, right.
Is it done, Jazzy says? We're getting there. Everyone, do feel free to share, and let's see if we can get us to the 250. That would be very, very helpful. We are only at 163 at the moment.
We
I'm
definitely
feeling
have some
actually
moisture
really
going on.
tired. Sorry?
Feeling
Yeah,
pretty
we
tired.
definitely have.
Definitely still have some moisture going on in both of those, so it's gonna have to sit for a wee bit.
Pass me one? Or pass me both. So you can see it shrinks a little bit. It's not as tight a fit. But alginate, like from the dental's office, you get much more detail, but boy does it shrink fast. And you have to be right on top of your game.
The ear itself, the casting that we're going to do from this will be fairly durable. Like we'll be able to sculpt, different types of ears on top of it for quite some time to come. We've had face castings and stuff like that we've done in the past for doing prosthetic sculpting, and those have lasted for years. The final ear tips, the silicone ear tips that we'll be casting from we'll be making one more mold once we sculpted the ear tips. And then from that mold we make the silicone ones, and those will probably be usable half a dozen times or so each before they have to be replaced. So with the molds, we'll be able to just cast new ones as we need them.
I mean, we can even make a mold. Now it's off my ear. There's another material again. We use a lot of smooth-on products. I should have hashtagged smooth-on.
Yeah.
We use a lot of smooth-on products in what we do, and great company, and they've got some beautiful molding materials and compounds. So we can even take this positive and make a mold of it with a more durable material than the alginate that I wouldn't put on your head to mold. I wouldn't put on your body to mold. This stuff is safe for a reason. But this will deteriorate. This will, basically become much like plaster and crumble apart, and, over time. Not that long, actually, because it was only about a week ago that we did the other set. But, yeah, we could make a mold of that, another negative, because it'll be not on my head anymore. It'll be my ear. And hell, we can even make costume, like, not costume, art pieces out of it, or, we can just cast and cast and cast and cast. I'm actually, I thought it would be kind of neat to make them for people who want to display things like, jewelry and stuff like that. Because, yeah, you can take a Dremel and put a small hole and actually make earrings and stuff, earring holes and stuff. Is it the same material that you would use to cast a face mask? Yes, you could use this for that, definitely. But do make sure you use the right materials. Like, don't use other molding compounds. We used to do things like this with plaster, but not as safe anymore. Just not as safe. Plaster has got a lot of crap in it That just is not healthy for you. Now, even this stuff, be careful when you're mixing it and everything and pouring it, because you don't want it to, you don't want it's such a fine, fine, fine dust. You don't want to be breathing it in because you get it down your lungs. Like if you breathe a little in, it's not going to kill you, but it's not something I would recommend you do every day. Like Dom was asking if something like this can be done at a convention. Sure, but I would recommend everyone wear masks, or you would wear a mask. Because if you're doing 5, 10, 20 pairs of ears a day, you're breathing in a lot of
A
that
lot,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's going to affect your lungs. Because the stuff reacts to water. You're mixing water with it. And what's in your body? Water. And it's another reason why Martin and I are drinking lots of water.
Just to take any of it that might be in there, dilute it a lot, help flush it through the system if it is there, yeah.
So. Now with face masks, a lot of people do things like put straws in the nose. Just mix the stuff a little thicker. And don't do that because it'll warp everything. Because even if your straw is the same size as your nostril, it isn't. It's going to push the nostril out of it, and it just warps it all. So just very carefully, do the nose last. Yeah, and then make sure the person's completely relaxed before you do the nose. So when they make Halloween face masks with hair, they use that material. You
Actually,
mean like facial hair?
or you mean like the rubber masks you buy in the Halloween stores? No, it'd be a different material entirely. Those are usually made out of, they're usually like a
They used to all be
vinyl
latex,
rubber, or,
but
yeah.
they're now rubber.
But this stuff here, the alginate, is kind of a one-time use thing. By tomorrow it'll be completely unusable.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, and again, you could use something like dragon skin for those masks. Dragon skin, again, is a smooth-on product. But the cost would be so much more. I've been actually considering going back to some of the paper mache stuff I used to do. Because it's been a while. So I'm thinking this summer of going back to, I love paper mache. I love it, and the combination and the patience it takes to do it the way I do it. It's just, it takes quite some time, and the final product is durable. But I missed doing paper mache masks. But yeah, I saw there was a company online doing cosplay masks, like popular characters and stuff. But it's only going to fit you to a certain degree, because it's not your face. They didn't cast your face. They didn't take a mold off of your face. Although it would be kind of cool to send people instructions as to how to take a casting of their face.
That's true.
And then they can ship me the casting, and oh my god, that would be so much fun.
Yeah. They can send us the castings, and you can do the sculpting of whatever they're after.
Oh my god, that would be so much fun. Shoot, we should do that with like clean foreheads. Take a casting of your forehead. Doesn't even have to be your whole face.
Yep.
And
It
that
just has to be
they can do it
basically
with,
from here up, right?
yeah, they can do it with plaster. But the key thing with plaster and shipping plaster is A, weight, and B, make sure there's not too much moisture. Like, don't over put water in your plaster; it'll crumble. But we need to make Martin a new Klingon forehead, and a new Klingon costume and everything, because the old one's gone.
That's true. They're both completely gone now, aren't they?
Yep. One fell apart, finally fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one went to... We sold it dirt cheap to someone. I can't remember
back
who.
in BC, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not that skinny anymore.
Nope.
You were just like a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
My god. He used to be so much smaller.
It's true.
But, yeah, when he, it was you that did my face casting.
Yep.
And it was Kira that attacked you. Go ahead, tell him.
Yeah. We had our one cat at the time. She was abandoned by her feline mother at birth, and we came home back to Christina's mom's place. This is literally the first year we were together, and we found this kitten that was still covered in placenta and everything else, and suffocating. There was a second one that didn't make it, unfortunately, but Christina took this one and rescued it and started cleaning all the membrane off its face, and finally it gasps for air. So that kitten became our cat, and she was a little bit not quite all there because of it. Probably a little bit of brain damage from near suffocation at birth, but she imprinted on Christina as Mummy. like actual mummy, because she had no initial contact with her feline mother, right? So when I was doing Christina's face casting, she was lying on the floor, on a mat with a cushion, and it's the same kind of thing that we did here,
Comfy.
right? And I was putting all the plaster on her face, and Kira was absolutely freaking out. She was like, "What are you doing to my mother? You're smothering her. You're doing something, because we had I think what was it we had a mouth tube or nose tubes.
No,
Oh,
no, because we did that with yours and it
that's
worked
right.
it, so
Yeah,
we
it
didn't do it
worked.
with mine.
Yeah.
So
So we just
there was
worked
nothing there.
carefully around the nostrils.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was absolutely freaking out and like swiping at me and hissing and growling. And of course, Christina couldn't do anything about it. She had to sit absolutely still. She couldn't speak. She couldn't do anything to reassure our cat
Trying not to
that she
laugh as the
wasn't being
plaster
smothered
sets.
by me.
Oh
So
my
eventually,
god.
I basically had to pick the cat up, put her in the bedroom, close the door.
I could hear all this. I could hear it all, which was just even funnier because I was just like,
Yeah. Meanwhile, these guys are just like, yeah, whatever.
yeah, these guys don't care if we kill
I'm
each
I'm
other.
leaning on one right now because I don't have enough room to sit back on the
Oh,
couch because of him. But
it's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's right here. Right here. Come closer.
oh, still sitting on the cat. Sorry, Pip. Excuse me. Just lift his butt, and he's totally fine. He reached out for a moment.
But yeah, it was hilarious, and I could hear all this, but I couldn't smile, I couldn't laugh because
Couldn't
it
do
would
anything
affect it.
about it.
And that's the hardest thing about doing face masks or life masks is you can't. You gotta stay completely still. You gotta relax.
Hmm.
Yours wound up looking really, really grouchy.
It did, yeah. 'Cause we made the mistake. We put I did a breathing tube in my mouth, as opposed to tubes in the nostrils or just carefully working around the nostrils, right? Because we wanted my nose to be completely 100% accurate. um, for some of the prosthetics we were doing. So it ended up made my jaw a little bit more open, right? Because I had this breathing tube in my mouth. So that took all of this and made it a little bit more kind of elongated, and yeah, it did kind of look grumpy. That and the fact that it like removed several of my eyelashes
Yeah.
when we did the mold. Um, so we didn't quite use enough Vaseline on it. So when we did the plaster of my face and pulled it off, some of the eyelashes came off.
Some
I
of
could
your
feel it
eyebrow
like
too.
peeling my eyelids open until the eyelashes all gave way. So it had eyelashes in the mold. And then when we poured the positive, which we did in fiberglass resin,
Because we had it.
because
We had it for
it
a
was there,
while.
it was available, so we made use of it. And the eyelashes transferred once again from the mold into the fiberglass. So my fiberglass face casting actually had real eyelashes.
And of course, we wanted it to set really, really fast, so we put additional catalyst in the resin. Put a little more catalyst than you're supposed to, and it overheated the plaster so much it cracked.
Hmm.
I mean, we got the positive out of it, but the negative was just destroyed.
Hmm.
The heat from the resin going off was just too much. So we're gonna have to be careful with this too, because we're gonna have to make sure that when we do the measurement for pouring into the ear itself, that we put the right amount of catalyst.
Hmm.
Because you put too much catalyst, you can destroy your mold.
We've
So
done
how's
one
it
back.
doing?
How's it? You're feeling a little bit drier. Best way to find out is get in there with a Kleenex. Kleenex still comes out a little damp, so maybe I can actually do this a little bit. See if I can.
Quick in the
I'll grab
process. Don't
uh,
try heating these up though. Like this kind of mold, don't try heating it up to get it to
I'll
dry.
grab a couple of Q-tips and
Hi,
see
Katrina.
about.
Katrina.
Oh, hi, Katrina.
So I
I'll
see
grab a couple of
he's
Q-tips and see if I can soak some of the water out of that.
I see he's a little bit off camera. So when he comes back, we'll bring the table this way a little bit more. So we're getting there. We are getting there, but yeah, you can. It's. I mean, it's not wet like it stays on your finger. Your finger actually feels dry, but it's got this like slippery. So what that moisture will do is it will mix in with the plastics we're using, the materials we're using for the positive, and it will affect it. It will trigger it in a way that we don't want it to be triggered. Katrina says hi.
Hi, Katrina.
You want to bring that closer to the couch so it's in shot better?
Yeah, let me do that.
There
So
we go.
what I'm gonna do right
Sit on the
now.
cat.
Sit on the cat and tell me that you love me.
Hey, may I have one? Don't use Q-tips in your real ear.
Hmm. Remember, like they say, never put anything in your ear smaller than your elbow.
Um,
So we're just gonna try and get some of the excess moisture out of these. Nice and moist.
you did.
The one thing we have to figure out, I guess, is we're gonna need to put a little bit of a wall on this, so when we pour the two-part resin, we could pour a little bit of a base, not have it flow out all over the place. Maybe we'll just take a little bit of
Hmm?
plasticine.
I don't mind it flowing, because it creates something that I can
Well,
hold
I
on
mean,
to.
it's going to want to flow off the edges,
Oh, I
right? So
see. That's
maybe
what
put
you're
a bit
saying.
of a wall.
I see what he's trying to say now.
Hmm.
The new home hunting is exhausting. Martin and I are so
Hmm.
tired tonight. And of course, um, with stress comes that whole dehydration thing. So, um, and COVID, you can't just sit there and have a bottle of water when you go from place to place to place. So we've now got like a case of water that we left in the car. So between locations, we're drinking the water. So yeah, you can see on this one, there's a little bit of a bit here that really didn't, like, that looks like it got cut. So it's probably the hair.
Oh,
It's probably my hair that
no,
cut
you know
through
what
it.
that is? It's probably the edge of the saran wrap.
Ah. So little things like that, and sometimes you'll get bubbles and stuff, so you kind of have to decide what'll make you happy. Because air bubbles, remember, it's a negative, so put positive there, so there's an air bubble there.
Hmm.
Air bubble right in there.
So maybe bubbles we'll have to just carefully grind away once we poured
Mm-hmm.
the.
Da positive.
Hmm.
Of course, we're being very careful here because we don't want to pull any more of it away. I don't know, Martin. It might be okay.
A second Q-tip just to be safe.
It's like a cooking show, right?
That was the
We should have
moisture level on that one.
another one. Finish one. It's not horrible. You know, and then you can see that was an air bubble there too. So
Hmm.
this one had
I can't see. Oh yeah, a little bit more. Yeah.
this one definitely had more air bubbles, and usually wind up one being cast better than the other. But yeah, it looks like we may wind up in a place that's the main level of a house, and then it's 60% power upstairs, and then downstairs units pays 40% power 'cause it's a
Hmm.
much smaller unit. But yeah, the house has been split. The husband and wife used to live there. Now they've moved across the street. So they're renting out their old place.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. So I'm almost wondering whether we can do like a little plasticine wall.
I wouldn't recommend plasticine.
No?
Not because when it heats up, it tends to do
Mm.
nasty and stuff. Hi, Vince! Wondered where you were, honey.
Yes, there he is.
Can you guys see that okay? I've
Yeah,
got
a
my
little
feet up so
opposite
that I
side.
can be pushed back out of the way. All right, redo the ears. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We just did the molding process.
What I might do. Sorry, Pippin. Yeah, okay, let go. Thank you.
The cats have been getting in the way a lot this time.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. So we basically got
Okay,
this
that's
this
right.
tray. Actually, you can't really see it too well because it's below frame.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad. Oh, okay, so I guess it's a wider frame there than
Well,
yeah. I'm thinking like this camera view.
oh,
Here,
well
I've got to
done.
elevate that a little bit more.
Lift.
There we go. Oh, that's much better.
Now you're gonna have to move this way though. Excuse me. Should have not laid down right after I ate.
Mm-hmm. Do you want more water?
No, I'm fine.
You're good.
I still got water. All right, so there we go. You guys can see this, okay? I assume. How are you guys holding up so far? We are exhausted, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
We are totally drained, dehydrated, and exhausted. It's cold in here today. Super
Yeah.
hot yesterday. Running around to find a place. It's just, yeah.
Takes its toll.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're taking it day by day.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? But yeah, it's I will just be happy when this is all over with.
Okay, those look fairly level. I mean, maybe we don't have to worry too much about the pouring out if we're careful in the
Yeah.
pour over. All we need is a little bit of a base. So we've
Just
got,
enough to clamp or
yeah.
hold on to
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Or something
I'm
at
doing
least to glue it
good.
down to
My work day
if we
is
want to glue
wonderful.
it
Good,
down to
Vince.
something too, right?
Well, I wanted to
Okay.
just take a
Mhm.
couple clamps and just
Yeah.
so that I can access the whole ear
Mhm.
in order to sculpt the ear tip.
Yep.
Yup, he says yup.
Alrighty.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do
For
it.
this part of it, however, we will need some gloves. Because it's one thing to work with the alginate without gloves. It's fine because it's okay for this.
It's
Obviously,
designed
it's
for
okay.
skin.
It's okay for being on the skin. But the other stuff. Now, this table is visible from the other camera, right? If I bring it over
Yes.
here, so I can do the mixing on this table, and it won't be really an issue. I need a new mixing cup, I think, for the. Let's use this one for the resin.
So again, this is a fairly easy thing to do. In this case, the stuff is a liquid to liquid,
Paper cup for the
so
resin.
we're not going to have the same problems with like powder. The nightmare has died down. They're on and off. It is lacking me sleep. I woke up this morning with bloodshot eyes, and I've been like wanting to sleep all day, but that's okay. We will get to bed early tonight, probably. Won't we, Martin?
Yes, yes, we will.
Yes. And we have the Car Hunger COVID costume contest coming up soon. So what I've decided to do is we have our new online store that's going to be live in a day or two. And we're going to do gift cards from the store as prizes for the costume contest. But no, I remember this kind of nightmare thing when I was a kid, so I'm kind of surprised it's back, but I'm not, if you know what I mean. Here we go. Now, again, if you're going to screw up on something like this, don't try to rush your mixture in the sense that too much catalyst can make it brittle. Or, in this case, because of the materials we used for the positive, it could overheat it. So we don't want to do that. Now, you'll see once we pour this one that the canal, right, is, because we used cotton pattern this time, it will look kind of weird once it's poured. We are alive. We're glad we're alive, too.
So this is the Smooth Cast 320 Part A. It's a ski container.
Yeah, get right into the shot.
100 by 90 by... 1-to-1 by volume or 100 to 90 by weight. So we're going to do volume because it's easier.
Right in front of me.
There we go.
There we go. That's
Yeah,
better.
yeah. That's the Part A, and then we got the Part B as well. So I'm just going to give them a nice little shake.
Now, when you invest in Smooth On products, if you're not using it all up, quickly. That's part of the reason why we're using this, because the money was already spent on this particular material, and it'll work better than the plaster did. But everything starts settling once the air gets in there. So you can get this spray that you spray inside, and it basically creates a thin film on top of the product, and you have to really mix it up. But if you're not going to do that, then you got to use it up.
I'm gonna cut more
Because
paper
when the
cups.
moisture gets inside it, it tends to really do a number on it. So if your materials are going to sit around, and of course it's more financially viable to get a larger jug. You can get it in smaller sizes, but you're spending more per part, so to speak.
Okay. Trying to make sure we have enough mixing cups of different sizes, or mixing cups here to mix a few batches. Not entirely sure
You
how much
didn't
we're
bring
going
me
to do. I guess we could. Yeah. They're going to hand them over to you to pour with, right?
Yes. Sure.
Because we don't know exactly what the volume of Christina's ears is.
What's the volume of my
We'll start
ears?
with one batch and pour it and see how much it fits, and then we'll mix up another batch. As long as they're not,
Do you remember how much plaster we used?
not off the top of my head. There was way more plaster.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Nothing's up there. Just nothing.
There was way more plaster in there than initially. Actually, would it make sense if I rotated that just slightly, or?
Yeah, because it's here.
Oh, okay.
It's good, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Just pull
There
it
we go.
closer to you.
Put it closer to me. Get a little
We-
closer.
We have Cat, who's just like lying on his back trying to look
Cats are
cute.
in the frame, in the workspace. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do basically one to one, two little mixing cups. Now one of these is going to be A, one of these is going to be B. Never mix them up again. So if you're going to use one for A and one for B in the same
Always use
job,
one for A.
always use the same one for A and the same one for B. Otherwise you're mixing your chemicals and badly and causing all kinds of grief.
Now, normally when we've got a bunch of projects going like all day, and the molding and the casting is happening at different times a day, we will take a marker and we will label our cups A and B
And I need to...
so that it can sit around and wait till later on. Also, if you're doing multiple castings in a day, don't have a third cup for mixing. Whereas in this case, we're not doing that, so having the 2 cups and then pouring into the other one makes sense. I remember that you were trying to take the ears out of the container. You did a big boo-boo when you were trying to cut it. Hello, kitties.
Yeah, well, what happened was
Mr.
the
Pippin.
plaster was too wet, and it started crumbling and breaking apart. So this time we're going to use, instead of plaster, we're going to use the Smoothcast 320. However, it has...
Sealed itself.
That's all it needs.
There we go. That's better.
So,
Yes, we have 2 kitties on the couch. Number 3 is somewhere. Oh, I see him at the base of the scratching post.
there's a cup of A.
How long will it take to harden?
This stuff has a 3-minute working life, so it's going to be pretty quick, and I think it's about 10 minutes. 10 minutes we can demold it. So,
Red Eye, I learned that shelf life on opened catalyzing stuff is greatly increased if I used my TIG torch and just replaced the air in the bottle with argon
oh yeah,
just before then putting the cap on. Yeah. Well-
argon or nitrogen, any inert gas like that. You can buy the gas blanket stuff from Smooth On, and it's a can of compressed nitrogen, and you spray a little jet of it in, and it sits on top of the surface and prevents oxygen from getting to the oxygen and water moisture from getting to it. Alrighty.
Since Red Eye is on Facebook, tell him that I said hi. Okay. Vince says hi, Red Eye. Come on over. Come on over.
All right, I'm ready
Come on
to
over
pour.
to Haps. Okay, now is that going to be enough?
Like I say, we'll try it this way first, and
Okay.
then we'll mix a second batch.
Okay, everyone, fingers crossed.
So A, that will always be A. And B, this will always be B. We'll put it over on this side.
It will always be what?
BB,
BBB?
BB King. BB Newirth,
BB-8.
BB-8.
I'm going to do this before I get any on my
Mm-hmm.
gloves. There we go. So remember, when you're mixing up, you're creating air inside the mixture, which will create bubbles. You want to try to have as little bubbles as possible, so I will show you basically what you do. Now, you can get these things out there that are like little compressors that sucks all the air out. Be careful not to splash it. Just want to tap it. Don't want it to bubble up too much, like don't want it to splash out.
Mhm.
So I can already see all the bubbles coming to the surface, which is what we want. There we go. That'll work. Goody goody.
Mhm.
Now everyone cross your fingers. Which one do I start with? I'll start with this one.
Start with that one.
Because it's got the most air bubbles in it. Oh, actually. Wow.
Yours don't actually have a lot of volume to them because they're pretty thin, right? I just got home from work, getting a few to finish evening rituals. All right. Well, we'll be here. We're gonna get these things done and demolded and everything. Let some of that set a bit before I put some in the other ear, maybe.
Well,
How are we for volume? Because it's gonna start kicking pretty fast.
I think it's fine. But I don't know if that's enough for the other ear.
Mm-hmm.
Have to find out. See, so I tapped the whole tray. Again, you want as many bubbles as possible to rise to the surface. And hopefully this is all getting all the way down to the bottom. We're not going to really know until we pull it out.
It's the
Actually.
joys of doing this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, once you do it once or twice, you kind of get the hang of how much it takes all of a sudden. Now that I can see shifting, which means there's probably bubbles underneath there. Now, yeah, the great thing about this kind of mold too is you don't have to worry about it being too level. Because I mean the ears inside, so to speak. Just kind of affect the top more than anything. Trying to get everything covered.
Mm-hmm. As the stuff starts kicking, it'll be a little thicker to pour, a little more like toffee.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do a half a batch just to do that top pour?
I believe that will be in order, yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, basically, we let it sit a little bit longer before pouring it in, so that
So you may want to work quickly.
it doesn't flow off the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, you see a lot of it spilling down here anyway.
Yeah, it's because it's too runny. So it's going to do a half a batch,
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh.
come a batch.
My ears, my ears. Lend me your ears.
That's gross.
Okay. When you guys first moved in your current place, you both were jumping for joy, and now, years later, you guys are not happy. Plus, neighbors are nagging. Well, yeah, you don't really know what you're getting into until you're in it.
Yeah. It's only a few months, too. Been here for 9 months now.
Yeah,
Really
Ash
about
would
time to give
definitely
birth
be
to
in
something, right?
What?
I've been here for 9 months.
A birth. Silly Martin. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. It's one of those, It
Mm-hmm.
seemed like a good idea at the time. So it's starting to really kick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to be gooey anymore, so gotta move a little faster there, mister. So that is the nice thing about this kind of stuff, though, is it kicks off really fast.
Mm-hmm. Even
kind
once
of-
it's kicked a little bit, it'll still stick to this stuff. We'll want this to kick a little, too, before really pouring too much.
I'm going to very slowly pour. Just see what happens. The container will hold for the redo of the ears. We hope so as well. I'm pushing this one down because it keeps wanting to lift up on an angle
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. And this is why you wear gloves, folks.
Exactly, because you get this stuff all over your hands.
Some air bubbles out. So I hope everyone submitted the Lord of the Rings story time
Oh, for broadcast of the week?
broadcast of the
Yeah.
week. If you want to submit this one, that's great. That would be appreciated. We are going, when our store goes up, when our webpage store goes up, there will be HAPS products there. And we are going to do a broadcast when it goes up. With Pablo has agreed to come join us to talk about what kind of stuff you guys might want us to make HAPS wise.
Talk about the rollout. Yeah.
And talk about the store and talk about the fact that the costume contest, the prize will be gift cards to our store. So yeah, now everything's getting sticky.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happens. So I'm watching the one in here to see if it'll kick off.
Yeah, if you get it just in that right spot where it's just still pourable, it won't flow quite as much. That's kind of the fine art of timing with this stuff.
I'm watching them both closely. It's still moving quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
See, once it starts kicking off, you start seeing this white. And once it gets to that point, that's where it becomes next to impossible. It starts changing color, then it just swirls through, and your consistency is not the same. Martin's looking up because there's an odd sound on the ceiling.
Something sound like something tumbling across the roof.
It did. Especially since we're on the upper floor, we're on the
We don't have neighbors.
don't have upper neighbors. Really
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's Friday tomorrow. I'm ready for the weekend. By the way, I sent Pablo an email. I just nominated you guys for broadcast of the week. Thank you.
Yay!
Awesome.
Do you want to share Pablo's email with everyone so people who are new can do the same?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if anyone sees a broadcast you really, really like, go ahead and nominate it. Oh, yeah, we're starting to get kind of gooey. Okay, come on. Yeah, we're kind of taffy.
Yeah, that's
Oh. Come on.
about all we're gonna get out of it.
No.
That's all we're gonna get out of it. That becomes that modern art here. If it doesn't work, just hold the container up for a bit, let it dribble out. Like,
The cup is so warm too.
yeah, that's not gonna be
Nope.
useful. No.
That's
So just hold it in the air. When that hardens, that'll be a nice little modern art piece.
Yeah, but we got two little parts here that still have to be
Covered?
covered.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be able to cover it with that. This should be okay
Oh, I
either
know.
way.
I'm gonna cover them.
Do I need to mix up more?
Just use a little mixing cup. Just a
Right.
teeny tiny amount. I know it's tough to do, but please share Pablo's email address. Yes, Vince. Go ahead, help everyone else. Armageddon, obligatory stuff at Christina's page for it.
So,
Nice,
sorry, you're
nice.
suggesting I
There you go,
use
everyone,
up,
right there. There's Pablo's email.
you're suggesting I use up one of these containers and just pour it in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's even
Like
too
that?
much. Yep.
Same of the B.
Because they're only going to go in the garbage anyway, because we're not doing a lot of projects back to back today.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to keep these
so you can see it's
containers.
set.
The tongue.
It is done.
Oh, the number of resin tongues that were made over the course of years and years of making molds and projects on Stargate.
Very true.
That's about right.
There we go. The cup's almost clean now. I wouldn't recommend one drink from this cup, but
No.
it'll be usable for more mixing later on.
It'll be nice and plastic sealed.
That's right.
Plastic lined. Okay, here you go.
I think I dropped a little bit of that
I noticed it, yeah.
on the floor. Oh my god, that paper cut that was sticking out, it looked like a tongue. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So that isn't properly setting over here.
It'll
I
take a
hope
while
it's
because it's
not.
thinner. Right.
Like down here, right?
Mhm.
And
It'll just take a little longer because it's thinner. It's not got as much volume to generate the heat, the chemical reaction.
And boy, did that cup get warm. Yeah, don't use anything that can melt when you use this stuff, okay? We've seen
Yeah.
people do that, and
Like the
the
cheap
seam
dollar
gives,
store plastic cups. Yeah.
yeah, the seam gives away, and then before you know it, you've got your stuff everywhere.
Can we mix dye with this? Yeah, these can be pigmented. Whenever you're doing pigments with these kind of two-part resins, always pre-mix the pigment into your part B. B is the actual resin, and A is the catalyst. So pre-mix the pigment into the part B, and then mix your ratios according to the instructions. And yeah, you can get all kinds of colors. We do it with the clear resins all the time, putting in a little bit of transparent dye to get, like red crystals and blue crystals and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then for this stuff, if you want, if you want this stuff to be black or gray or blue or whatever, you can get the opaque pigments as well.
Just remember when you're working with things like dragon skin and latex type stuff, use the appropriate pigments and paints.
Hmm.
Don't go using any color.
Yeah, like things like dragon skin and other silicones, you need to use specifically the silicone pigments. Otherwise, any of the other pigments they won't mix into it, right?
You can literally smell the change.
Mm-hmm.
It starts going off.
I'm seeing pretty colors.
But yeah, you can
There we
literally,
go.
you can see it going off.
Yeah.
Look at that, how quickly it just goes white. So when you've got, it's great when you pour it into like, see, it's gone.
It's gone. Yep. It's unpourable now.
Right, you see how quickly that just went white. It's great when you're pouring it into something and it just, you can see it because you can see where you poured, like what kind of pattern you kind of poured it in, because that's where it'll go off first and you get this white swirl through it. And then when it finally, goes off, the whole thing's white. It's quite a sight to watch.
Good to see you guys. Didn't know that you guys were broadcasting one day ago. I wasn't aware of it. But I'm
It was a bit
glad
of a last
I'm
moment.
here for your broadcast. Yes. Yeah, that was kind of a last minute. Hey, let's just do this kind of thing. The waffle broadcast.
Be careful with
We
process.
weren't sure where everyone would be during that time slot. Whether they would be having their morning coffee before leaving for work, whether they had already left for work, coffee break or whatever during their first shift or whatever. So we were just kind of hoping for the best and thought, okay, whoever shows up, shows up.
Let me do it.
Yeah.
It went okay.
It's part of the testing the waters of what's the better time slots for different things.
So this is still warm, so it's still going off. So this piece is now like one of the best pieces to use to figure out whether, because we can't see inside here.
Like
So-
any paint, yeah, pigments and primers must be compatible with the product. Yeah.
Keep in mind this kind of stuff too reacts really badly to water.
Mm-hmm.
So don't use like a water-based paint for your pigment. Cause
Looks like Laffy Taffy.
I know it is. It does, doesn't it? I don't recommend you put it in your mouth though. But yeah, we've used this stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm. The upside of being retired.
Check this out. It's just, yeah, it's still a bit pliable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There we go.
well,
Yeah.
was.
So then, and then it gets to that point where, because this is a rigid material, right? It doesn't flex anymore once it's completely cured. but you can get more flexible
there.
ones, rubbers and stuff like that. We've done like
Yeah.
rubber stunt guns and stuff like
Well,
that
it's like
for
my
people. Yeah.
Maleficent horns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were two-part foam, right, so they're much more flexible. It's like upholstery
Yeah.
foam, but cast into a mold.
Oh, if we can afford to get a place big enough, then everything
Probably
from
doesn't
out of the
taste very
stores
good.
locker to
Yeah,
be no.
no.
I would. We will be showing you guys more stuff because we won't have to keep going to the locker. But you
Mm-hmm.
saw quickly how that went from pourable to not pourable.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy. I love this stuff.
Were there any glitches during the waffle broadcast? Um,
Yo.
we didn't have any glitches, did we? We had some very excellent waffles.
We were having some video and audio problem at first.
That's right, yeah. People were talking about it being a little bit choppy.
Oh no,
But,
sorry, that was Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth,
that's right.
and we discovered that was because of my mother's internet.
Mm-hmm. Vertical so far, yeah. We. It's a good day when we're vertical, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So we let that set a little bit longer because we
So
want
we
it
now
to
have to
be
keep
nice
them.
and firm.
Yeah, we have to keep in mind what's inside is not hitting the air like this is either.
Mm-hmm.
So it is still a chemical reaction, but it may take a little longer because it's still staying warm inside there. So you got to be very careful with it.
What day was the waffle broadcast? It'll be the broadcast immediately before this. It was day before yesterday, so it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's right. It was Tuesday because we were debating: do we want to do the broadcast today or do we want to do Waffle Wednesday? And we
That's
thought,
right.
you know what?
Wednesday.
Let's do it today. We
Wednesday
want to
was
do
too
it.
crazy, so we decided to. That's actually setting pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Even the last bit that I poured on. So what I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
is I'm going to basically see it's cold on the bottom, which is
What
good.
time was it? Was it around noon or 1 p.m.?
1 or 2.
Yeah, somewhere around there, around 1 p.m. Eastern time. So it was more of a lunch, so because we already had a very light breakfast when we got up earlier that morning, got a few things done, and we thought, we're kind of hungry. We want to, let's do that. Let's do this waffle thing.
Yeah, in hindsight, we should take
I
it off
mean,
the paper.
oh, maybe we should have. We weren't quite sure whether we were going to do it. We were kind of waffling over the idea, but. Wah, 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 wah. Katrina was at work, yes.
And we tried turkey bacon in the oven, and it dried it out completely. It was kind of.
Glad that I'm alive too, 'cause I'm totally excited for the weekend. Oh, what's going on the weekend, Vince? What's your weekend looking like?
There's such a thing as a
You
weekend.
were at work on Tuesday. Okay, around that time. That's what we thought that probably a lot of people would be, but boy,
Oi, gewalt.
Gewalt.
Yeah, we should have. Damn it.
It was nicely nestled in there.
Uh-huh.
So as we said earlier in the broadcast, the alginate that we made the molds of her ears from is basically a waster at this point. So I'm off for the next 2 days. Awesome. Waffle whiffled. And the waffles weren't awful.
No.
They were awesome waffles. Awesome waffles. Awesome off.
What the hell are you
I
doing?
need more water. Sounds pretty rigid to me.
Yep. That it does. See, now if we're lucky.
Come off at one continuous piece. Let's hope there weren't too many air bubbles in the.
Okay, well, the mold's tearing a bit, but that's fine.
Oh, ho, ho. There might be a little bit of repair to do, but I see an ear.
That would be an ear, yes. Okay.
We have Christina's left ear.
Yeah, a little air bubble here
Oh,
and there.
yeah, those can be like picked out or dremeled out.
That can be trimmed out a little bit too.
Yeah, if we even need to.
Okay, so
Rare-
do you
rare-
wanna pick out some of the?
Get to
Alginate?
pick her ear. Check it out. Christina's left ear.
If we have any waffles left, send me one. Yeah, we used our we decided to go dark side. We used
Did you see-
our Death Star.
There's an air
Waffle
bubble
maker.
there. It's a lump here, which was actually an air bubble in the mold. So little air got trapped between her ear and the alginate when I poured the alginate.
You can see this mold will never be used again.
Yep.
It's
Torn apart. But that's exactly what we expected it to be. And that mold will never be used again either. Use a Q-tip. Probably actually get in there with a toothpick or something and pick the alginate out of it.
this
I'll
one
try
you
and
can
peel
see
away
everything
this,
kind of overflowed. Nice. And well, at this point, Martin, you can take off your gloves because we know it's set.
Yeah, it should be fine. Looks pretty good.
This one still feels like it's producing a little heat.
Yeah, see, it's still a little bit soft. So be very
So
careful as we work
not
with
to,
it.
Yeah. Don't warp my ear,
Do not warp her ear.
because this mold is not going to have another pour out of it. So you can see how much faster this is. It's more money because you're not using like a cheap plaster or anything.
We
But,
froze.
it
Did
is
we unfreeze
faster.
now?
It's definitely
Hey, Kevin, California boy, how are you doing?
Hi, Kevin. Be fictitious. Use the Dremel.
Facetious. Use the Dremel. Yeah. Well, we're gonna try at least to get the alginate out. We're just gonna use a toothpick, and then for any of the little bubbles and lumps and stuff, we use this Dremel.
Well, somewhere is the dental tools too.
Mm-hmm. The dental
At least
picks.
I'm hoping they came. Okay, everyone,
Yeah.
cross your fingers. Let's see if number 2 comes out just as beautifully. Christina's warped enough. Thank you. Hi, good. Thanks, and you both. We are alive, Kevin.
Doing good. We're doing good.
We are alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Try it. I'm fine.
Yeah, now there's the tear all the way down the
So you can
side.
see a little bit of alginate
Oh,
sort
this
of
one
tucked
came
in
out
the
better.
in the recesses of the ear there. So that's basically I'm gonna just
Let's make sure
Take
there's
that out
nothing
with
that the cats can eat.
yeah. Always check your workspace after the fact. Make
This
sure
one came out better.
did it come out better.
Yeah, we still have to Dremel out the inside of the ear a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's no molding material stuck to it at all.
Excellent.
Good to hear. Thank you, Kevin. So there's ear number 2. So what we want to do is we want to leave all this excess material on. We just want to clean up a bit, because then we'll clamp, like we'll use a clamp, or we'll hang it or something like that, so that things are out of the way as much as possible. Or like Martin said, we can glue it to a little mount or something like that. And that way, that's when I take the plasticine and I create the ear tip as to what I want it to look like. And I think I'll do a few different styles and looks, just for the different characters. And we'll have to do the same process for Martin at some point,
Mm-hmm.
because he will be doing an elf at some point as well. And this way, it fits exactly to my ear. Right, so sticking it down becomes a lot easier. A lot of times when you do something like this, where you've got, the elf ear, and it'll blend down to the
There you go.
the flesh of the ear. It'll you got to keep a number of things in mind, like how thin. Your plasticine is going to be really, really, really thin for your ear tip, so that you can blend it easier. But if you have to put more latex and stuff on top, that's where you wind up with an hour or 2 or 3 trying to get things done and trying to get it on. But that's basically how they do them in the movies and the
I'm trying to get it
TV.
on.
It's not,
What kind
what?
of? Hold on.
What?
We're not that kind of broadcast.
Let me mark this live broadcast.
Earmark this live broadcast.
Thank you, Kevin. Here you go. Thank you, Red Eye. To ear is human?
The ear is human.
This time we actually did it right.
Yeah.
I never, we're so used to doing it with plaster so often.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting.
So one
doing it this way.
thing we've ended up getting, well, we can be seen, not so much because it's all monochromatic here, is there's a lot of little wrinkles.
Right in front of me.
See about here, yeah.
No, but right
Oh,
in front of me.
Oh, right here,
'Cause
yeah.
you're too far this way.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of little wrinkles in front of the ear, which are wrinkles from the Saran wrap. So we can either trim those away a little bit or flatten them out just to get rid of the
Last time we tried this,
contours.
you had an earring problem. And here we are. That's right.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I'm not too worried of anything that's outside the ear itself. Is that actually my ear, or was that a bubble? Look at me.
That's a bubble. Yeah,
It's a bubble.
that's a bubble.
So we may want to clean that out a little bit.
That's very similar to this. Right.
Yeah.
It's like you've got a
We got to be
polyp on your
careful.
ear.
We got to make sure that we don't, when you're cleaning up things like that, especially inside, and when you're cleaning up any extra material because of a bubble, make sure, especially if you're going to put a prosthetic on top of it, make sure you don't go past what your actual body part is.
Yeah.
Because then you're
So
going
we
to
got a
wind up with
little
the
one
wrong,
here,
you
too.
won't, make it stop, make it stop. Ah! Those are smile lines. Thank you.
Yeah, so we got a
On
little
my
bit of
ear?
one there too. Yeah.
Smile lines, my ear?
A little bit more
A
one
little
there
in
too.
there
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so we'll have to
Yeah.
very gently take a Dremel.
hmm Basically, trying to extrapolate the shape that should be there.
Remember, cats, do it over top of them.
Yeah.
Ah, he says, yeah, is he? Why am I still wearing my gloves?
I don't know.
Have my ear.
You told me not that I didn't need to wear mine anymore, and you're still wearing yours.
I know, I know. Thankfully, they really didn't get that bad, did they? No, they
No.
didn't. Oh, good, these are usable again. You threw yours out. Get out of that habit. You're not
yeah,
in a
still
shop anymore where
still
someone else
usable,
is
yeah.
paying the bills.
No, I know, yeah. We have like 32 boxes of work gloves.
My one of my friends said, "Let me buy you a box of work gloves. I see them at, latex gloves. I see them at the cheapy store, the Dollarama, and it's like those things don't fit very tightly.
Yeah.
So they were just like all over the place." You're giving us an earful. Ha ha! Oh my God, we're keeping going, are we? Never made an ear-to-ear grin that would stretch your whole face. That's true. That's true. Now you see, now we have this on video. We should record Martin's closer when we get around to doing his, so that we can have some video to put up on our Instagram. Because you see, normally we would bring things like this to a convention to show people how it's done.
hmm
But this stuff, like we said, by tomorrow it's going to be a crumbly mess. It's going to be like plaster. It won't be like this anymore. There we go. My left and right ear. A little cleanup and... Now you see, if we want, we can make a mold from that. Because the molding material we can use for that process, it doesn't have to be the same stuff we just used. Because the alginate was because it went onto my skin. Whereas those we can make a mold out of a number of different molding products.
Still frozen.
Still frozen?
Oh,
No. So how do you find the movies to work on? Do you all have an agent? Interesting. As prop makers, you don't need agents. It depends. Like, I mean, we have a background
Sorry,
agent, and a lot of our acting stuff we've done our own. We used to have an agent for that, but we found it not worth it anymore to do it that way. But it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, if we're doing props or set construction and
Nice,
stuff like
thank you.
that, that goes through the film union, and you get start with your day calls, or you get connected up with different prop masters or construction coordinators, and they get to like working with you and get to use you on a regular basis.
Yeah, a lot of independent film.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of small indies will build a resume really well,
Mm-hmm.
or even stage. People love stage resumes because you're making something that has to go live and it's only one chance. So you're one of those people who are going to spend less money because you're going to make it once.
Mm-hmm.
So they always like seeing that. It really depends on what you're doing. We've met a lot of people who do architectural modeling, and they do a lot of production work
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of the same skills, especially building miniatures and stuff like that. There's a lot of subfields that you can get into that can transfer over to the entertainment industry. Nice. Awesome, very cool. Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome. Yeah.
One of the key things, though, is if you, and this is a rule of thumb anywhere in North America, it's not as much a big deal in Europe and places like Australia and New Zealand, but if you're going to be on set as in set design or in even decorating, like interior decorators get a lot of work doing
Mm-hmm.
staging and stuff like that for productions. And if you're going to do any of that, props, and you need to be on set for your particular job, go union.
Mm-hmm.
Go for the big productions, go union. It is a lot of fees, it's a lot of dues, it's a lot of, there are some restrictions. If you're in this category, you can't work that category. But it'll get you on the bigger sets, so you can make a bit of an income as opposed to starving more than getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you like independent stage, a lot of people do, but make it a sideline. It can't be your main primary. So it really depends on what your final goals are. You are welcome for sharing. And I was watching a Frozen broadcast. I had to go out and come back in, but thank goodness you're on Frozen.
Oh, good.
Yay! I'm Elsa.
Does that make me Anna? Well, I
Yep.
guess I'm the redhead, right? So. There we go. Yeah.
You'd look great in that dress.
Okay.
You
Mhm.
would, yeah, you would. I just came from a live stream in Australia. Nice.
Oh, cool.
Nice. What was their subject? So there you go, guys. The ears, much more positive experience this time as opposed to last time.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing with this
Much
industry
more,
too.
more
You know,
positive experience.
be
And-
willing to
and
make
a
mistakes on your own
negative
projects,
experience.
not on our productions. Um, we do a lot. People are like, why do you do a lot of things? Like, why do you spend your money between productions? And well, A, we still love doing this, whether we're doing it for production or ourselves. And B, it keeps your skills up and going. If you're going to make a
Mhm.
mistake, make it in your own place. Don't make it on the production set.
Mm-hmm.
Glad that ear came out awesome. Just a short drive. Nice.
Oh, the Australia broadcast?
And you see, the thing is, too, even though these look solid and feel solid and everything, I'm not going to put the plasticine on right away. I'm not going to start shaping the ear yet
Mhm.
because, it's still
You're
fresh.
still curing. And we'll have to do a little bit of cleanup, getting rid of some of the little air bubbles and lumps and that.
Mm-hmm. Geez, where were these when I was doing all the Bajorn jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
Great point. Thank you. Yeah, I've been in the entertainment. I'm 52 now. I had to stop and think about that. And I got into the entertainment industry when I was 8 years old as a kid reporter. So don't do the math. Please don't do the math. Just don't. Please don't. Martin, you technically, I know it was just theater lighting back in Brantford.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know it was mostly your school and stuff, but that's where I count your career beginning. Is in high
Yeah.
school.
Mid-'80s, early 80s.
Yeah. So you would have been what? 15?
15, 16, yeah.
Yeah. And you're now 53.
Yep.
Okay. You can do his math.
Let it finish catalyzing, yeah. Just a baby.
Yeah. Thanks, Harold.
Yeah, really, when you called me kiddo the other day, I'm like, really? I know.
Seriously, dude. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want to
like
stay in
6.5 years younger than you.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm
Gonna be
going to do the
54
dishes.
in a couple of
He
months.
likes doing the dishes. I don't know why
Oh.
Martin likes doing the dishes, but Martin likes doing the dishes. Okay, it says moments ago, but I don't see a comment. Yes, I know you're Harold. So you're 60.
We're going to be 54 in a couple of months.
Just everyone deal.
Kevin's 55.
Oh,
Anyone
okay.
else?
So
Anyone
hold on.
else?
It's a room full of Gen Xers. Oh no, Vince, you're younger.
Vince is 40, so he's on the cusp of... He's more Gen X than millennial.
That's true. He's kind of borderline. You're borderline, Vince.
We're all a little borderline.
So yeah, we have to clean this out a bit.
Katrina's 49.
Nice. Yeah. See, we're all like in that. Your wife is 62. Woot woot. Yeah, Gen X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're a pretty awesome generation. Like we have our mistakes. It happens.
Yep.
There's some stupid things we did. Some
There
stupid
are,
things we're
yeah.
still doing.
It kind of happens that way, but whatever.
I realized too, there's no.
Yeah. Yeah, because your earlobe really actually touches the side of your head, so
Does it?
yeah. There's not really any... I mean, you can do this with your earlobe, but...
On Sunday, you'll be 21.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
For the record, I'll be 51 in May. May what? Pictures from your 30s. You don't want to admit to it? Come on, Daniel. Let me. Oh, I can't. You're on. Get over to Haps so I can see.
21 with 40 years experience. All right. Well,
Don't do
it's
the
still not
wave.
far off from us, really.
Daniel, get over on HAPS. Use HAPPS.tv/invite, INVITE, @ symbol, and then CAR, CARR,
Hunger, HUNGER.
and you'll get on our referral list. May 16th.
1970.
May
Well, you're a
16th.
Taurus as well, like me, because I'm May 2nd, which makes me 3 years older than you. I was
Wow.
born in 1967. I was born in Canada's centennial year.
That's right. That's right. And somewhere we have a little pin that says that or something, don't we?
Yeah. There was a certificate somewhere. I don't remember whether we had it or whether it was in Mom and Dad's stuff. Yeah, because every child born in 1967 received a little certificate from the Canadian government,
Age is
listing them
mandatory.
as a centennial baby.
Getting old is a choice. So true.
That's
Oh, you
true,
do follow
yeah.
us both on HAPS, okay?
Awesome,
So
perfect.
Daniel, come over and use your HAPS ID.
Yeah.
Because we're at
Add to our numbers.
we're
We're
at
219.
219. We need to make it to 250 before we go. And this took less time than I thought,
Mm-hmm.
quite frankly.
Hey,
Um,
we're getting better.
I'm almost wondering if we should, like, get rid of this material in case I ever want to do like an
Oh,
earring
yeah?
or something on it. So my ear touches the side of my face, kind
Yeah.
of. It's not
And
attached.
possibly
but-
also, maybe as the alginate's being poured in, it's kind of weighing it down.
That's
So,
true. So yeah, I say we get rid of that material and
Yeah, just along that bottom
rescue my
earlobe.
ear.
Yep.
Yeah, set it free. I have a fat bottom to my ear.
Set it free.
My ear is so fat.
There, see?
It's fat.
It's your ear, all right. Got it right.
So Martin, have you thought of dressing up as Captain Canuck?
Oh, Captain Cook. I'm not sure that's really for me. Like,
Just letting the
if we had
Periscope
a
time run out. I'll be on HAPS full time. Yeah, but come over so you can help me make my
end
numbers.
of this month, end of this
Everyone
month.
share, everyone share. Matches your toe webs. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. I've been 8 years and years.
For years and years. I try not to.
Well, you had a child.
Yeah, I try not to exercise my inner 8-year-old because it always ends up it never ends well.
Yeah, you were a very spoiled 8-year-old.
Born in 1975.
Wow. Vince the disco baby.
So a year before the U.S. bicentennial.
Oh, that's true. Martin's right. Yeah, why is the Canadians know more about American history than Americans know about Canadian? There you are. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's the picture now.
Okay, cool.
Hospital pharmacist.
Gulfport, Mississippi.
This is why I get along with Cub Scouts so well.
That
But they
helps.
look up
It
to
helps.
you.
Yeah.
They look up to you. I'm really happy with the way
And the
this
Cubs all
worked.
come home telling fart jokes. In Klingon.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to keep going like that.
Yeah, throws tantrums. There's that rattling on the roof again.
Yeah, what's
Santa's here.
a
Wait,
little late.
I think
Yeah,
it's gotten
what the-
windy again out there.
But I don't hear anything out in the alleyway being pushed around or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just up on the roof. Uh-oh. We're not going to sleep tonight, are we?
Mm-hmm.
So, Christina, are you going to create the Canadian version of the Wonder Woman costume? I do want to do it. I think it would be so much fun.
That would be, yeah.
Because we can put you in a Canadian military or Air Force uniform
Mm-hmm.
type thing.
Right.
God, I can't turn the
Like,
other
be
card.
like a Canadian equivalent to Steve Trevor.
It's because they're shorter than me. Well, that's true. That's true. I'd like to. We've got other plans though. That we
Yeah.
kind of have to get done first. including fixing my Maeve wings and
So we can do the Irish
Um,
folklore story time.
yeah, and we're trying to focus on things too that we can sell online. We want to look at making more um, fairy wings. I'm thinking of offering them up and selling them without the mechanisms, and then redesigning the mechanisms for other people as opposed to our own use. In other words, not so sloppy. And
Yeah, make them more user friendly.
yeah, and then sell the mechanism separate, so you have a choice. You can either buy just the wings and make up your own harness, or you can um, buy the mechanisms and put it all together. Hopefully you're not claustrophobic. Ha ha ha! Red eyes on a roll. That would be your next big project, Wonder Woman.
Hmm.
Oh God, we have so many plans. We were also thinking, because a friend of ours has a whole bunch of sort of generic Barbies that she doesn't want anymore. So Martin and I were thinking of making wings for the Barbies and seeing if we can sell them. Barbie wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably with little poles or something like that to make them flap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do Wonder Woman. But there's a lot of things I want to do.
Yep.
Oh my God. Remember when we used to guarantee one new costume a year?
That's right. We'd showcase that at the major convention, and then we'd have our costume from the previous year, who would use at the second convention of that year, or something along those lines, or subsequent
Or vice
conventions,
versa.
the vice versa. And then each year we would create a new costume and use the costume from the previous year for like hall costume and stuff like that, right?
The number of costumes that we sold and got rid of before moving across the country. And then again on the way back, sold or got rid of.
Yeah. Love to see Barbie have wings. Yeah. Great Course Group has a Klingon Wonder Woman in the Klingon Justice League.
I saw
Oh,
that!
wow. I haven't seen that.
I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah?
did a whole Klingon Justice
Oh
League.
my God.
They did the Justice League all in Kling. It was just awesome. Awesome. You haven't seen this
Super
one? It's on Free
hardware,
Course.
Danielle, thank you so
Yay,
much.
hang on. Right off the screen. Come on, Martin, reach.
Reach. Oh, that feels good, actually. Oh, okay. All right. I'm good.
Thank you, Daniel. So, just to update everyone, I'm hoping to get to the 250 before we go. But the Car Hunger COVID costume contest, the little flyer thingy with all the rules and everything will go up tonight. And we're going to do that. And the prizes will be gift cards from our new store, which should be up online very, very soon in the next day or two. That's the plan. And during that time, we are also going to start doing the Irish folklore story time, like we did the Middle Earth story time. And the Irish folklore story time is going to be a little different in the sense that we're going to do the archetypes and the Irish characters. Basically, we're going to create them ahead of time and have you guys pick which one you want. And it's still a $5 reward to be included in the story, or a $5 sponsorship to be included in the story. And then it'll be the credits just like we did for the Middle Earth. And we'll have fun with this one. But this one, because we're talking about actual Irish folklore, this one's going to take a little longer to write. So the cutoff date for the Irish folklore one will be the day of the COVID costume contest. And then it will happen on the 25th, so basically the week after.
Yep.
Yes, Irish folklore. Woo! You're welcome. Thank you, Daniel. But yeah, so remember, again, on the ball, it's $5 award to be included as part of the story, and then or a $5 sponsorship. And instantly, every time, if you don't get a hold of us, if you've got a $5 or more sponsorship for our HAPs, if you don't get a hold of us when the next storyline comes, we'll pick for you.
Yep.
You're guaranteed to be in
we'll
if you
be-
get sponsorship.
We'll be ruthless. I just
He doesn't
realized
say
that
so
leaning
himself.
against you there, my mic pack is really, really warm. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
had
go
to
grab
take
myself
mine out
some
of
more
my
water.
pocket. Can I get some water too, please?
You got empty glass?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're almost there. I don't think we're going to make it to 250 this time, guys.
Oh, come on, folks. 9 more to go.
Once upon a time, there was a wee potato. Lower stress levels, yeah. Well, yeah. Just because we're dealing with a little more actual cultural folklore, we don't want to push our luck this time. In all characters you two have done, what was your favorite in all of them? That is a question we get
Oh
asked a
my
lot, and I
God.
never really like. I mean,
Don't know what to say. I mean, I think characters we maybe almost spent the most time performing or being is our pirate characters because of all the events that we did for years and years as those pirates. So they're a lot of blast. I mean, you've performed Charity probably more than any other character that you
I
got
think I
for the
performed charity
past
more than I performed
15,
me.
16 years at least.
Yeah, but she makes money,
She
or
does,
she
yeah.
made. I'd like to see that all change back again. Um,
Bob and Dot. Bob and Dot were fun. We only really did them a couple of times.
yeah, about 4 or 5 times. They were great. They were great for teaching people how to do
Ta-da.
things. That's for sure.
Extra cake.
I have Irish heritage, so fair game for me.
Oh,
Oh,
fantastic, yeah.
all right, Red Eye. Understood. Oh, I
Oh,
dropped my ear.
oh, we're gonna have to make a new one. Broken in half.
I didn't.
That's all good. That's okay. It's
No,
all
it
good.
didn't.
It's totally fine.
That's
But now, if that was the plaster ear, that would have shattered.
yeah, that was shattered. Um, we do Maleficent and Stefan a lot, partially because of the wings. Everyone loves the wings. Here you go. Wow. Troy and Data were fun,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't say they were my favorites. Damn, Vince. It's really hard to say. I'm really having a fun time with the fairies and all the different
Mm-hmm.
forms. They've become quite a personal space
Well,
for
the
me.
attention you get as Maleficent is just.
Don't just do it for the attention, you know.
Well, no,
It's not the only reason.
but the
we do
energy
these
is
things.
there, right? Yeah. So.
That's true. Well, you know, I don't see why we're struggling with this, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, by default, our favorite
Mm-hmm.
should be the ones we met in.
Ah, yes, Doctor and Romana.
Doctor number 5,
Mm-hmm.
Romana number 1. I mean, that's Beetlejuice and Lydia was fun in all 3 versions.
Yeah. Kosh and Delenn were fun.
Kosh was an awesome challenge for his time.
That was
We've done so many different versions of Troy and Dana. We've done Bajoran. We've done
Dax and Bashir.
Dax and Bashir, yeah. All the steampunk characters. Wow. Oh my God. There's a lot. I liked doing Harlequin, but this is before all the different versions of Harlequin.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is when they were mostly still just had the animated series version from
Yeah.
the first Batman animated series.
you know, so that was fun and everything, but back then she was pushed around a hell of a lot. Like she didn't stand up for herself at all.
Mm-hmm.
She was clever, and there were a couple episodes where she was really clever, but I didn't. She was a fun character, but I didn't really like doing her for any extensive period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why we didn't do her a lot, because I was not completely comfortable with her.
Yeah. Eh.
All the Greek stuff was good. I loved doing Cleopatra. That was fun.
Yep.
Then we did Selene, which is the other Egyptian goddess.
So it'd be nice. I'll whack you with me, shillelagh. Wanted to do Megabyte with Daniel as Enzo when he was short enough. 6'3" just doesn't work anymore.
No, it
My
doesn't.
God, they just keep growing, don't they? My God.
Enzo's birthday, BFG.
Glitch, BFG. That was
I
a
hope
great
one day
series.
that I get to see the K9. I hope so too,
Mhm.
Vince. You gotta get, when the borders open, you gotta get up here and visit.
Yep.
You really do. Just gotta get up here and visit. It would be awesome. Hang out. Play with the cats.
Play with the cats.
Almost there, we are 240. 240.
240.
But I think we're going to bed early tonight.
I think so, yeah.
I think we're just crashing and burning. Look him square in the chin. Oh my lord.
Mm-hmm.
Your side, genetics, it's all genetics. Your side of the family, I assume. Because I would have to take a pic next to the canine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Vince, of course. We could always Photoshop you with them.
I know it's not the same, but in these times of lockdowns, to start,
We can
as a
pretend.
placeholder for the real experience later on.
We can pretend. That happens when you feed them. If you stop, they're only noisy for a while.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, he won't complain for much longer.
Hey, sweet pea.
Sweepy.
You missed the process. I has ears now. I have a spare
You
pair
can
of
call her
ears.
4 ears.
They just need a little cleanup and to be done.
Mm-hmm.
All the little bubbles. Little air bubbles.
Bubbles and lumps.
And detach my... And yeah, you saw that how this got pushed down and warped. So if you want it even more accurate, what we always recommend you do is get the molding material, get the
Mhm.
the alginate
Alginate
underneath the ear before pouring in.
His girlfriend Kelly is my height.
Wow. 245! Woo! Thank you,
You
sweet
getting
pea.
there?
Getting there. We're getting there.
5 more viewers, folks. Come on, we can do this.
Everyone go ahead and
Half
share.
challenge.
Remember, the next story time will be Irish folklore, and we will have the Car Hunger COVID costume contest soon.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss the ears. Oh, well, you can watch it again. We never deleted broadcasts. There's one I accidentally lost. What was it? What was that last month?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was the one you did on your own, and I accidentally deleted it.
Ooh.
It's not because you were alone.
I'm not offended.
It's
No, I'm
not
not offended.
it's not
No.
because you were
No,
alone.
not offended at all.
I still love you, honey. I
Yeah,
do.
uh-huh.
I honestly do.
Uh-huh. I know.
248. 248. Woohoo! We're getting there.
Haps Challenge Day.
You're still here? It's
Every day is
over.
Haps
Go
Challenge
home.
Day.
Go. Not yet. No, I gotta run the final video. We can't. Yeah, we can't. We can't.
Well, we're at 248. 2 more viewers.
I can hear better now.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's just creepy. It's like those people who've had, the major bacterial infections and stuff, and they've had the facial reconstruction done where they can just go and demagnet their entire face and nose, or an ear, right?
Did we have to go
Clipped
there?
on with magnets.
Did we really seriously have to go there?
Yeah.
Did you get the human ears made for your cats in the meantime? No, we didn't.
Well, here, hold on.
We. Oh no, Martin. You know we haven't cut their claws. He can tear you open. Okay, hang on. He's like, what the?
Tristan's like, dude, did you just you woke me up for this? You can hear better. He's like, screw you.
There. No, he really hates us. We love you, Pippin. We love you,
He's
buddy.
like, I was sleeping. What the hell?
Share for you. Thank you, sweet pea.
He's like, I'm just gonna stay sitting here anyway. I don't care. Yeah.
Oh,
Now he's awake.
poor Pip.
I think he actually was asleep during the ear thing. I think he was actually still asleep during the ear thing.
You're not supposed to wake cats up.
Yeah, really.
Humans say this would be
Poor
funny, cat. What the hell kind of torture is this?
Yep.
He's saying WTF, yeah.
Oh, Dawn's back
Poor
on.
Pippin. Hi. Everyone say hi to each other. Dawn's
no,
back
it's
on.
on,
Oh,
yeah,
Dawn's
yeah.
back on.
Fine, he's just gonna walk away again.
Poor Pip. Oh, yeah, fool of a toque.
And see, no hard feelings. He's literally just leaned up against me, curled up against my leg. Dawn back on now with pants.
Yay!
What
Kinda.
at this hour?
Better tasting now with pants.
Now with pants.
Can I have a knife?
Hmm?
The knife.
The knife?
The knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
When you first built R2D2, how many circuits did it have?
Oh my God. R2 has a card rack in the back of him. It basically is a housing with a whole bunch of slots for circuit boards, right? So they can be pulled out. And each circuit board is a different, control function. And yeah, I think the original intent was there was going to be like a dozen of them in there to control all the different features and functions, but we only ended up with about 3 or 4 populated into it because there were plans to go way farther with everything that he could do.
Why this there? Because I'm alone.
So, but yeah, I mean, with the computer probe, the robot arm, the 2 little blue manipulator arms, the periscope, the life sign scanner, the moving hollow emitter, the computer probe, the 2 to 3 leg mode, the gripper arm,
Oh,
yep, those arms, yep.
the little chest arms.
So yeah, there was easily a dozen different, fully operational features built into them.
I'll tell you what. Are you wearing pants now or not? Yes, Dawn. Are you wearing pants? I'll never tell. You can't.
You can't make me.
Yeah, I let it sit too long. So it's
Oh.
gonna have to be a Dremel.
Yeah, I might be able to snip it off with side cutters and then Dremel the rest of it.
Snip my ear off. I don't know how I feel about that. Still at 248 and holding. Killed.
Come on, folks. 2 more views. Oh, you know.
I see that. Come on, folks. Just 2 more. Someone who hasn't accessed from their profile. Actually, where's my phone?
Where
Where's
is
your
your
phone?
phone? Mine's
another
plugged in over
device?
there. Yours is plugged in over there.
750 reactions, which is awesome.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
I need another device. I'm
Another
gonna solve
device?
this. So
I
I
will
can play
grab
the
her
video
address.
and we can say goodbye to these lovely people and get things done. The domestic stuff.
Grink.
See, this is how you solve it. This is how you solve it, okay? It's the biggest prop that you guys had to build. Prop
Biggest
or
prop?
set?
The biggest prop would
prop.
probably be working on the Stargate itself.
But it's not a prop, it's a set piece.
I guess it's that piece too, yeah. Total Recall cars?
Yeah? Martin's right, probably the Total Recall cars.
The Total Recall bus.
Yeah?
Because we had not only did the show have the 2 police cars, but it had a full-size bus that could carry, I don't know, 15 or 20 people. That was radio controlled and electric. I do wonder what happened to those, because the show had wrapped just before we moved back out to BC, and I lost touch with what had happened with any of that, because it was the days before Facebook. So,
That's true.
um,
Was it a magic bus?
Magic Bus.
So
It
crazy.
had-
Good numbers by count.
It had
There you go.
remote-controlled bus
I fixed
doors
it.
and everything. You could flip a
I
switch on
fixed
the
it.
remote, and the bus door would swing open or roll open, and ta-da,
Yes,
we
this
got
is
our
how you do
views.
it. Yes. I cheated.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I cheated. I know how to cheat.
This is how you do it.
This is how you do it.
So when they hand you build the materials to build in the set, yeah, well, that's basically it. If we're working for the show's covering all that, totally covering all of that. All they do is give us a paycheck to do the building. Already did what I could do for you too. Thank you, Dawn.
Hmm. as well, right? I'm here.
Robert O'Reilly designs. Oh, Robert Q. Riley designs for the cars were really fun. Yeah, the Total Recall movie, right? Things like the Johnny Cab and everything. See, the Total Recall the series, Total Recall 2070, was originally going to be Blade Runner series, but they couldn't get the rights to Blade Runner from Ridley Scott, so they ended up going with Total Recall anyway. And it actually had very little to do with Mars. I mean, it took place in Chicago in the far future, right?
You know, honey, you gotta stop the number of times you say ah.
Does it show up a lot?
Oh yeah.
Um, um,
Uh, uh.
um, oh, captioning of Facebook.
That's hilarious. The first Total Recall, the second one, the first one. Movie.
Um, no, the series, yeah.
No, the question was pertaining to, I think, the whole design of the. But yeah, it's a
Oh, the
series
cars,
of
yeah.
2070, Total Recall 2070 that was shot here in Toronto. Mr. Body Positive cosplay person. That would be. Brain was right there. Wayne. No.
Yeah, Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne
Wayne Cuff.
Cuff.
Body Heroes, yeah.
Cuffe. He's Body Heroes on Instagram, and he's Wayne Cuff here on on Haps. Yeah, series. Terminator
Mhm.
robot. No. So could easily take like, yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. So what do you
Mhm.
say? I go on over to the computer and.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
It does sound like things are walking across the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here.
She's gonna go to the computer.
Yes, CUFFE. Kuf.
Kuffafa.
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 It's like Jeff
Cuffy.
Puffa. Oh, don't do that to him. He's a
Well,
nice guy.
He was on earlier.
He was. That's true.
He might still be watching, just not saying anything.
Da-da, da-da, da-da,
That
da-da.
never happens on any of these platforms.
Martin, did you want to come join me?
Spider-Man on the roof. Yeah, really.
Whoa.
Oh, we're gonna just switch the camera over there. What a great idea.
There we go.
Get our droid to hold it up.
There we go. There we go. So,
Ta-dam.
you guys like? Rats
Spider
upstairs.
pig,
There's no
spider
upstairs.
pig.
It's the roof. Party time for all the little worms. Woo! Guys, if you two do another waffle broadcast, I would love to get one. What, a waffle?
Get waffle. Everyone kept asking us for waffles that day. It's like, if only we could send them back out through the ether.
Hey, look, there's gold in Christina's nose. What?
You had a real close up of your nose, I guess,
I guess
when
so.
you move the camera.
I guess, oh, tomorrow we gotta put the thing in the mail.
Yes.
Perhaps-
Yes.
The Haps logo. The one that was purchased.
Yeah.
How's that, guys?
Gesundheit.
Thank you. All right, folks, we are going to head out. We are going to disappear and say goodbye to everyone. Depending on your waffle mix, you could stick them in an envelope. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Vince. A little bit of the powder got up my nose. So we're going to head out because there are things that we have to do tonight. I may or may not find a cast later on to talk to people.
Mhm.
If I comment in Periscope, you don't see it. Did you comment on our Periscope?
Oh, yeah, because now we see it.
We see this one, but
we know
in
that
here.
sometimes that happens, yeah, so. Hey,
I think
Newfoundlander,
Periscope's just pissy because we're not all switching over to
Yeah.
Twitter Live.
yeah. That could
It's
be,
Christmas.
yeah. So in a month, it's not going to matter because there will be no more Periscope.
We fly them to Dog, and Dog would go bury them. Oh no. Careful with nostril shots.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played a character named 7 of 9? I have never done 7 of 9. I really don't have that courage.
Yep.
I am nowhere near her. Was that all scented candles smell like burned nose hairs?
Went to Periscope to get another viewer, or give another viewer.
Oh,
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
interesting. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But yeah, I'm sure Periscope's really starting to feel the crunch now, with
Yeah.
all the rats fleeing the ship, as it were. But you know, they're going to shut it down in less than a month.
Boat's
So.
getting lighter.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're going to head off, guys. The goal is to be back on tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on our new online store. It's a new exciting thing for us. And the COVID costume contest and the Irish folklore. Depending on how everything goes, you'll see us tomorrow. If not, you'll see us the day after.
Mm-hmm.
So we are presently still doing the effort to find a new place to be that will function better for us.
Mm-hmm.
So Periscope will not become Twitter
Twitter
Live,
Live,
exactly.
yeah. Rats on the roof. I hope not.
It's a sinking ship, and once it goes down, Captain says down,
Down Periscope.
Yeah, there you go, Vince. It's not going, just changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's archiving, basically.
How about Locutus instead? Borg Queen, maybe?
Borg Queen might be fun.
With the Buck Rogers robot dog.
Yippee Skippy.
Oh, was there a
see you
robot
in the
dog in
funny
Buck
papers,
Rogers?
okay.
There wasn't there wasn't Galactica. It was played by a chimpanzee.
Yeah. I don't remember. No, Twiggy's a little robot.
Oh, yeah,
Twinkie.
Tweaky.
Twinkie.
Yeah, Tweaky. TWIKI.
Something like that. Bitty, bitty, bitty. Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Beep, 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 beep. Hey, Buck.
All right, folks. Respect yourself more than anyone else can, and everything will be fine. Keep your eyes open and your eyes peeled for the information, the rules, and regulations for the COVID costume contest. In order to be part of it, you will have to book a time during the contest itself, and you will have 10 minutes to present your costume and your sources, and then it will be the day after we'll announce the winners.
Mm-hmm.
How's apartment, honey? I really want to die.
Exhausting.
Way too much to deal with, but we have to do it. There's a lot of turning us down because we don't have good credit scores, so kind of struggling
Were
with
we
that.
involved in creating Tweaky? We were in high school when that film, when that was
Pants.
in production.
So yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
Actually, were we in
Okay,
high school
so-
or were we in grade school when that was happening? Sorry, I got off on a little tangent there, but Buck Rogers, that was the
70s,
80s,
grade-
70s
that
there.
was
No,
70s,
maybe
wasn't it?
early 80s, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
so
Yeah, it must have been.
bloody hell.
If
If only
there
we
was
had a device.
Oh, now we can't see our comments or broadcasts
It's
or
okay.
anything.
It's okay. It's only for a moment.
There it is, television series.
81, 79 to 81.
79 to 81. Wow.
So yes, we were not even in high school.
Yeah, wasn't
High
even in
heels,
high school yet.
eyeshadow, big wig, hoses and vinyl, Borg Queen, baby. Have you tried telling them that Martin has lime green fishnet stockings?
Yeah.
I
Well, we want to get a place.
I got Paramount Plus, the 50% off. The no ads
Yeah,
for a year.
too.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Redo the ears and glad it came out perfect. Thank
They-
you so
they
much
came
for
out
joining
really
us.
well.
So we're gonna head out. We're gonna leave you with our closing video, and you guys know where to find us. And keep your eyes open for all the rules and regulations for the contest. And remember, it's $5 to join in on story time, and we will make you a character and put you as part of it. And the $5 can come in either in the form of an award or as part of a sponsorship. Monobrow. You got
That'll
it.
keep you guys in check. Awesome.
All right, folks. Stay safe, Award.
Thank you.
All right, video time, guys. Later.
Business in front party.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, folks. Bye.
Grace on Montreal. Montreal was all hardwood floors. Right? Go on, camera. Camera. Okay. Took a nail, scratched it to death. I'd like to. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite. No. Well, look up
So how much styrofoam?
Way too much styrofoam. The birds are confused. It's like, what's this city doing here?
Look, he was hanging.